What's up, everybody? You are tuned in to the Cris Style
Mal.
Podcast, episode 154, Takeover Wednesdays. Hope everybody's having a good Wednesday night. Whatever you're doing, you're at home, you're at work, whatever you're doing, we appreciate you tuning in to the show tonight, especially you guys on the East Coast. If you're listening, man, we really appreciate y'all listening to us at 12 a.m. in the morning. And for all those who's listening on the playback, we appreciate you too. Leave something in the comment section, a heart or something. You know what I'm saying? Comment in the comment section. So, all right, good people, we have a lot to get into. We got the women and men's March Madness tournament starting tomorrow, so we're gonna give our brackets, who we got winning the tournaments on each side. We got some NBA stuff to talk about, a little bit of NFL, and we got some wrestling stuff to talk about too. And of course, we got random news with Maul. Uh, yeah, man, we got our BetUS Short Five picks. Before we get into all that, Maul, what is going on, brother?
Not much, man. Uh, no, ready for this March Madness weekend. To begin, man, and excited to make these picks, man. Do this episode, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. I can't complain, man. Another Wednesday night. You know what I'm saying? To talk sports with you.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Let's talk about it. I figured, you know what I'm saying, we kick off things with the tournament. We'll start with the ladies first, you know what I'm saying, because we are gentlemen. So ladies
Okay.
first
Yeah,
always.
for
And then
sure.
we'll do the men. I was gonna share my bracket, but I don't like the way they got the bracket showing because they already share who you got winning. And I want to break this thing down. You know what I'm
Here,
saying?
I got a lot. I got an interactive bracket for us, so we can go through our picks right here. So let me share it real quick. I'll share it real quick. Uh, so there you go. Got the interactive bracket right here.
Okay.
All right, man. So you want me to read them off, or you want to read them off?
I'll read them off. So we got Region 1. We got UCLA, number 1 UCLA versus number 16 Southern. I would figure that both of us are going to pick UCLA.
Yeah, definitely picking UCLA for sure. I think that's an easy decision. Those ladies are playing amazing ball. They beat Juju and USC for the Big Ten championship, so they're coming in pretty hot.
Yeah, for sure. Um, then you got number 8 Richmond going against number 9 Georgia Tech. I actually picked Georgia Tech to win this game, so I got them advancing to face UCLA in the 32.
Okay, no, I totally agree. I went with Georgia Tech myself. I have them beating Richmond. I think it'll be a really good game, but I think Georgia Tech is just a better team.
Yeah, for sure. You got number 5 Ole Miss versus number 12 Ball State. I'm gonna roll with Ole Miss. Shout out to the ladies of Ball State, but I just think Ole Miss has a little bit more juice.
Yeah, we're 3 for 3 as far as picks. Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Ole Miss as well. I think those ladies. I think they've been playing some pretty good ball here as of late. Ball State, you know what I mean. They're gonna give it a good shot, but I wouldn't be surprised if this tends to be a closer game. But I think Ole Miss will pull it through.
Yeah, for sure. You got number 4 Baylor going against number 13 Grand Canyon. Hey, shout out to Grand Canyon. Both men and women made the tournament this year, so shout out to both sides.
Hmm.
But I got Baylor winning this. I just think they got a little bit more dogs on that side.
I agree with you. We're pretty much batting 1,000 as far as like our picks together. I'm gonna go with Baylor as well. I just think they're just a better overall team, man. Shout out to the Baylor Bears.
Then you got Florida State versus number 6 Florida State versus number 11 George Mason. I got to roll with Florida State on this one. I just think they got better players on that side than George Mason.
Okay. This one I'm gonna go with Florida State as well. It's looking like pretty chalk as far as like with this bracket, but I think Florida State will end up winning against George Mason.
Then you got number 3 LSU versus number 14 San Diego State. I think the consensus would say we would pick LSU, Anisha Morrow, Flosia Johnson, uh, was that Michaela Williams. I just think they're gonna be a little bit too much for these women.
I totally agree, man. These ladies of LSU, you know what I mean? They're no, they're battle tested. You know, they've been through it. They have a lot of players that have been through this tournament before. I just think they'll be just way too much for San Diego State. So I think we'll get a great matchup in the next round with Florida State versus LSU.
Yeah, for sure. You got number 7 Michigan State versus number 10 Harvard. I know there's I'm sorry if I don't know the young lady's name, but there is a lady on Harvard that's really good. But I think Michigan State's gonna pull this one out. I just think they're gonna have a little bit. I think it's a numbers game. I think they got a little bit more people on their team. Just that's gonna be too much for Harvard.
This one I went with Harvard.
Okay,
I went with the Ivy League, man. I think Harvard is gonna upset Michigan State right here. I'm just gonna roll with it, man. I just think they're gonna have a little bit of luck on their side for this game, so I'm gonna go with Harvard.
for sure. I ain't mad at it. All right, man. Let's go to Region Two.
You got one more game. You got NC State versus
Oh yeah. NC number 2 NC State versus number 15 Vermont. I'm gonna go with NC State. They're one of the better teams in the nation. So yeah, I gotta roll with NC State.
Yeah, totally agree. NC State, man, they got some dogs on that team with those ladies, man. Very very battle tested team. I got NC State as well.
All right, now Region Two, round of the 64. We got number 1 South Carolina versus number 16 Tennessee. I think it's Tech. I'm sorry, Tennessee Tech, that you had to draw South Carolina first, but this is gonna be a blowout. I'm sorry, it just is.
No, I totally agree. I think South Carolina is definitely going to blow out these ladies, especially off of all the commotion about them not getting the number 1 overall seed. You have Don
Mhm.
Staley been talking about it, so those ladies are going to be highly highly motivated to make a statement. So I definitely got South Carolina winning this game.
Then you got number 8 Utah facing number 9 Indiana. I picked Indiana on this one. I've seen a couple of games with Indiana. They're a pretty good team, man. I got Indiana winning this game.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I'm gonna go with Indiana as well, man. I think those ladies will definitely win this game. Utah, I wouldn't be surprised if Utah does, but I'm gonna roll with you. I'm gonna go with Indiana.
Then you got number 5 Alabama versus number 12 Green Bay. I'm gonna go with Alabama on this one. I just think they're more battle tested playing in the conference that they played than playing in what Green Bay plays in. But shout out to Green Bay for making the turn.
I'm gonna do it, man. I'm gonna go with Green Bay, man. I think the ladies of
Whoa,
Green Bay. If you have not watched females basketball, I think the ladies of Green Bay, man. I think they're battle tested as well, man. I think those ladies are gonna come in. They're gonna shock the world, man. I think I got them beating the Crimson Tide, man. So no roll tide this time.
nice. Number 4 Maryland versus number 13 Norfolk State. I'm gonna go with Maryland. I think they've been battle tested. They got some dogs over there, so I'm gonna go with Maryland.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Maryland as well. Those ladies have been playing some really, really good ball as of late as well. So I got Maryland beating Norfolk State. Shout out to Norfolk State. You know what I mean? So
Uh, I don't know who won. Did they already play? They played them. Did the ladies already play for Washington, and are they still playing?
I'm not sure, but I could double check for you. Let me double check real quick. So no, they have not played. They play tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Um, who guard? Now Washington will be interesting, but I'm gonna pick West Virginia regardless who wins out of those two. I'm gonna go with West Virginia.
I agree with you. I'm gonna go with West Virginia as well. I think they'll be whoever comes out.
Yeah. You got number 3 North Carolina versus number 14 Oregon State. I'm gonna roll with Tar Heels over the Oregon State.
I agree with you. I'm going with the Lady Tar Heels. Yeah, everybody knows me. I'm a Tar Heel fan. Shout out to the boys, the men. Yesterday for that blowout win over San Diego State. Definitely got to roll with the ladies here over Oregon State.
Then you got number 7 Vanderbilt versus number 10 Oregon. I'm gonna go with Vanderbilt on this one. I think it's gonna be a close game, but I'm gonna roll with Vandy.
I agree with you. I'm gonna go with Vanderbilt. They got some really good talent over there. As far as like with the ladies over there. So yeah, I definitely got them beating the Oregon Ducks.
And then you got number 2 Duke against number 15 Lehigh. I'm gonna go with Duke. I just think it's gonna be a blowout probably.
I agree with you. I got Duke this time. Lehigh is not going to beat Duke. I know they did it on the men's side a long time ago, but yeah, I got the ladies. I got the ladies at Duke beating Lehigh, easy fashion.
Then we go to Region 4. We got number one USC versus UNC Greensboro. Uh, oh, come on now. Can't go against Juju. Can't go against Kiki. It's going to be a blowout. I got USC.
Totally agree. Juju, hey, we all know we team Juju over here, so
Mhm.
we got her. They got her winning with ease. I wouldn't be surprised if she scored 40 in this game.
Yeah. Kiki might have 30 herself. Um, you got number 8 Cal versus number 9 Mississippi State. Now this game is going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a close game, come down to the wire. But I'm gonna go with Cal. I'm gonna go with Cal.
I agree with you. I think we get set up with the Battle of California over here
Hmm.
with USC Californians in the second round. So I definitely got California winning against Mississippi State. I think it will be a close game, but I think California will pull it off.
Then you got number 5 K State versus number 12 Fairfield. I'm gonna go with the Wildcats. I'm gonna go with K State. I got them advancing and beating Fairfield.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with K State too. I'm gonna roll with them. Haven't seen too much of those ladies or Fairfield, but I'm gonna go with the favorite. Go with K State.
You got number 4 Kentucky versus number 13 Liberty. Um, I'm gonna roll with Kentucky, but I think Liberty's gonna give them a fight, man. But I'm gonna roll with Kentucky.
I agree with you. I'm gonna go with Kentucky as well. Shout out to Liberty, man. They usually have pretty decent squads over there, men and women's side. So,
Mhm.
but I think Kentucky will win.
You got Iowa, number 6 Iowa versus number 11 Murray State. Uh, this is Iowa without Caitlin Clark, but I'm gonna roll with Iowa.
I'm gonna go with Iowa too. Yeah, we don't get Caitlin Clark. We don't get that show anymore. But I still think Iowa will win in the first round over Murray State. So I'll
Yeah.
go with the Iowa Hawkeyes.
You got number 3 Oklahoma facing, I don't know what this team is, FGCU. Uh,
Florida
whoever
Gulf
that.
Coast. Florida Gulf Coast.
Well, regardless, I'm going Oklahoma in the blowout.
Hey, don't disrespect the school.
I'm
Like
sorry.
the men squad had a really dope team. I think they made it to the Final Four. I believe it was like maybe like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. It was a minute
Uh,
ago. But obviously, I don't think the ladies will be doing that. I think I definitely got Oklahoma winning this game. So I'm gonna go with Oklahoma.
then you got Oklahoma State, number 7 Oklahoma State versus number 10 South Dakota State. I'm gonna roll with Oklahoma State. I think they just got a better squad.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Oklahoma State as well. I totally agree with your sentiment.
And then you got number 2 UConn, Paige Beckers and Ozzy against 15 Arkansas State. I can't go against UConn, man. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Paige, we all know what Paige is, man. She's a monster. She's definitely going to be competing as one of the MVPs of this whole tournament. So definitely got her advancing into the next round.
And then you got Region 3. You got number 1 Texas versus either probably I would guess that's William and Mary or what's HPU.
Yeah, I think that one is okay. Yeah, it's William and Mary versus High Point. Yep.
Okay. Regardless who wins, Texas is gonna blow it out. Respectfully.
Hey, yo, yeah. Shout out to both of those ladies at that school. I hope it's a competitive game tomorrow. They have not played yet. They'll play tomorrow. Tomorrow night. But
Yeah.
yo, they're gonna at least they'll get at least whoever wins, they'll at least get one win in this tournament. But yeah, they're gonna get bounced out pretty quick.
Yeah. You got Illinois, number 8 Illinois versus number 9 Creighton. I think this is actually going to be a really good game. But I got Illinois pulling it out and winning over Creighton.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Creighton in this one. For some reason Creighton just gives me good vibes on the men and women's side, so I'm gonna go with Creighton here.
You got number 5 Tennessee versus number 12 South Florida. I'm gonna roll with Tennessee. I think Tennessee is just a really good team.
Totally agree. I think the Tennessee program is starting to get back on foot
Mhm.
after Pat Summit. You know what I mean? Bless her soul, she passed
Yeah,
away a little
yeah,
bit ago. But I think Tennessee has been getting their foot back, getting putting back on the map. It's been a minute since Tennessee has been relevant in these tournaments, so I
Yeah,
expect them to have a decent tournament here this time around.
for sure. You got number 4 Iowa, Ohio State versus number 13 Montana State. Sorry, Montana State, but I got Ohio State winning.
I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna go with Ohio State as well. Um, Montana State, man. Props to you ladies for making to the tournament, but Friday will be your last game.
And you got number 6 Michigan versus number 11 Iowa State. Now I think this game's gonna be really close. I actually think it's gonna be close. But I'm gonna roll with Michigan in this one. I got Michigan with it.
I agree with you. I'm gonna roll with Michigan as well with the Wolverines. I think they'll beat the Iowa State Cyclones. I think it'll be a good game as well. I totally agree, but I think Michigan will pull it up.
You got number 3 Notre Dame versus number 14 San Francisco Austin.
Yeah, no, that's Steve. What's that? It's the one in Texas. It's the one in
Oh,
Texas.
okay. I know what you mean.
Steve Dawson. Yeah, I know.
But I'm gonna go with Notre Dame. I can't go against Olivia. What's her name? Olivia Miles and what's the other girl name? Hadugo, whatever her name is. But yeah, I can't go against those girls. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Notre Dame, man, they were a really good squad. They were the number one seed earlier in the year. They had a couple slip ups at towards the end of the year, but look, Notre Dame is going to be a solid squad. I wouldn't be surprised if they found a way to upset and get to the Final Four. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I definitely got Notre Dame winning this game.
Yeah, for sure. Number 7 Louisville versus number 10 Nebraska. This will be a very good game, but I'm gonna go with Louisville.
I agree. I'm gonna go with Louisville as well. Sorry, Nebraska. We used to root for you back in the day, but one of your mans messed up, man. So, yeah, we're not going to root for Nebraska. Sorry, Cornhuskers.
Then you got number 2 TCU with Haley Van Lathe in that squad versus number 15 Fair Dickinson. I just think TCU is rolling right now. They're like on a 10-game winning streak. They've been balling their heads off, and I just think they coming in hot. So I'm going TCU really big.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna go with the Snow Bunny here. I think she's been cooking like crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna roll with her, man.
All right, so now we get to the round of 32. I'm gonna go back to Region One. You got UCLA versus Georgia Tech. This should be a pretty decent game, but I think in the fourth quarter, UCLA will prove to be the better team, and I got UCLA bouncing to the Sweet 16.
I agree with you. I got UCLA too. I think they're just gonna be too big in the middle, too physical. I think defensively they're gonna swarm all over Georgia Tech. I definitely got those ladies winning. I think they'll win in comfortable fashion too.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. You got Ole Miss going against Baylor. This will be a close game. This will come down to the wire, but I'm gonna roll with number 5 Ole Miss over 4 Baylor.
I'm gonna go with Baylor. I think Baylor's gonna win this game. I agree with you. I can definitely see this being a close game. Wouldn't be surprised if this went into overtime. But I'm gonna go with Baylor though.
And then you got number 6 Florida State versus number 3 LSU. I think LSU was just battle tested, man. I still with Floje and Michaela Williams and some of the other girls that's on this squad. Nisha Morrow. I just think they're gonna be too. I think they're too good. I got LSU advancing to the Sweet 16.
I totally agree with you. I got LSU as well. I think those ladies, what I mean, I know the Angel Reeses, they're not there no more, but Flows, man, she's definitely been holding her own with all them going. So I definitely got LSU advancing.
And then you got Michigan State versus NC State. I'm gonna roll with NC State. I think NC State's just a better team.
Totally agree. I think this game will be a landslide. I think NC State we get a big matchup in the next round with them and LSU.
Mm-hmm. Then you got South Carolina versus number 9 Indiana in Region 2. Look, man, South Carolina is a well-oiled machine. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a blowout. I'm going with South Carolina, man.
I totally agree with you. Shout out to the Hoosiers, man. Y'all did create basketball, but basketball is not going to be on your side this game because South Carolina is going to romp y'all. Don Staley, man, she's not playing. Those ladies are not playing. Those ladies are highly focused. So South Carolina in a landslide.
Yeah, man. You got number 5 Alabama versus number 4 Maryland. I think this is going to be a pretty good game. Um, I know you got Green Bay,
Mm-hmm.
so in my bracket, I got Alabama advancing to the Sweet 16, and they beat Maryland in a close
Okay.
game.
This one I got Maryland beating Green Bay. I think they got the upset over Alabama. I think it's nice, but I think Maryland will put some sense into them, bring them back down to earth, and I think they will advance.
Cool. You got number 6 West Virginia versus number 3 North Carolina Tar Heels. Um, I'm going with the Tar Heels on this one, man. I think it's going to be a good game, but I'm rolling with the Tar Heels.
Totally agree with you. Gotta go with the Lady Tar Heels. I think they will advance. West Virginia is a tough team, but I think North Carolina's just too good. I think they'll win.
Then you got number 7 Vanderbilt versus number 2 Duke. Duke. Vanderbilt is really good, but I'm gonna roll with Duke. I think they got some killers on that squad, so I'm gonna roll with Duke.
Yeah, definitely rolling with Duke. I think we get the big rivalry matchup
Mhm.
going into the next round. Should definitely be must see TV for that one. So I definitely got Duke advancing for that.
Then you got in Region 4. You got number 1 USC versus number 8 Cal. I'm going to roll with USC. Of course, Juju Watkins advances to the Sweet 16.
We call this light work right here. Sorry, California. You know, Juju, she going off, man. She gonna let the whole world know that this is her time. And yeah, Juju gonna have USC rolling to the next round.
Um, then you have K State versus number 5 K State versus number 4 Kentucky. Shout out to K State. I love y'all, but I got to roll with Kentucky on this one.
Okay. I agree with you. I'm gonna go with Kentucky as well. I was looking at it a little bit. I thought I was gonna go with K State, but you know, I'm gonna rock with Kentucky, man. Let's rock with them. Let's rock with the
Yeah.
Wildcats.
Then you got number 6 Iowa versus number 3 Oklahoma. Uh, I'm gonna roll with Oklahoma on this one, man. Iowa, this is where your ship stops. No Caitlin Clark on this run. And this thing Oklahoma's got to be a little bit too much for y'all.
I agree. No Caitlin Clark. She's not gonna be there to save y'all this time. Oklahoma should win this, and I think they'll win big.
Yeah. And then Oklahoma State, number 7, the Oklahoma State versus number 2 UConn. Sorry, I can't go against Page, man. I'm going UConn.
Yeah, I think Oklahoma State could surprise them a little bit, but I think UConn is they're just too good, man. Paige and the rest of those ladies, man, they're gonna be ready. So I got them advancing for sure.
Yeah. Then Region 3, you got Texas, number 1 Texas versus number 8 Illinois. Once again, I just think Texas is the better team. I'm going with Texas.
I agree with you. I'm gonna roll with Texas as well. Creighton, I think they'll give them a good shot, especially in that first half. But I think Texas will end up breaking it open in that second half and winning the game.
You got number 5 Tennessee versus number 4 Ohio State. I think this is going to be a really good game. It's going to come down to the wire, but I'm going with number 5 Tennessee.
I agree with you. I'm gonna go with Tennessee as well. I think those ladies are highly motivated to put Tennessee back on the map, so I'm gonna go with them.
Uh, you got number 6 Michigan versus number 3 Notre Dame. I can't go against Notre Dame. That back card is just too good, man. I'm rolling with Notre Dame.
Totally agree. I'm going with Notre Dame as well. I think those ladies, as I said, they've had a not so stellar ending to their season, but this is a breath of fresh air with them, second life going into this tournament. So I think they're gonna definitely be motivated for that. So I definitely got them beating Michigan.
Then you got number 7 Louisville versus number 2 TCU. Haley Van Leaf is playing her first team that she went to college for. I think she's going to be highly motivated. I think she's going to have a really good game. I'm rolling with TCU in this game.
I'm gonna go with TCU too. Definitely gonna go with Snow Bunny right here. She definitely is definitely gonna show out against her old team. So shout out to the Snow Bunny for sure.
You fool. And then in the Sweet 16, I got you got UCLA number 1 against number 5 Ole Miss. This will be a very good game, a very physical game. But I'm gonna roll with UCLA. I'm going with UCLA.
Yeah, I got UCLA versus Baylor. I'm definitely going with UCLA, man. They've been one of the top 4 best teams in the nation for sure all year. So I have no choice but to pick them because I just can't see Baylor winning this game.
Yeah. And then you have oh, then you have LSU versus number two NC State. I gotta roll with LSU advancing to the next level. I just think, like I said, they're battle tested. I'm wrong with LSU, but I
I agree
think it's
with
gonna be
you.
a good. I think it's gonna be a good game though.
Nah, yeah, no under message to the NC State Wolfpack. I think they've been playing really good ball. LSU, this game is definitely gonna come down the wire. It definitely could go either way. I'm gonna go with LSU because I just for some reason in my heart and in my head I just think LSU is gonna be the safe pick here as far as like who I think will advance. So I'm gonna roll with LSU.
Then on the other side, you got number one South Carolina versus number five Alabama. No, okay. Number five Alabama. I can't go against South Carolina. I think Alabama's gonna give them a tough out, but I got South Carolina winning this game.
Yeah, no, I got South Carolina winning too. Excuse me, I'm sorry about that. I got South Carolina winning too. I just think, I just said they're gonna be highly motivated going into this. You know what I mean? They feel like they've been disrespected. So I don't think they're gonna have any chance of having any slip ups where they're gonna overlook or oversee any team. They're gonna make sure they stomp them, and South Carolina will do that to Maryland.
And then you got number three North Carolina versus number two Duke. This is gonna pain me because you know I have an affinity, I have a love for North Carolina, but I'm rolling with Duke on this one.
Boo, boo. I'm going with my Lady Tar Heels, man. I think we get the battle of the Carolinas, man. I think North Carolina will beat Duke. They did it earlier. I think they beat them at Duke earlier this year, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I think I remember them beating them once this year. But I'm gonna go with North Carolina, man. I think they'll go ahead and beat Duke. Shout out to them Dukies, but nah, gotta roll with my Tar Heels.
And then you got number one USC versus number four Kentucky. Uh, this is going to be a tough one right here, but I am still rolling with Juju. I think she's the best player in the nation, and I think she shows up and shows out against Kentucky.
Yeah, Juju. She's like a newer version of Maya Moore, maybe an upgraded version of Maya Moore, which is kind of hard to say because Maya Moore was one of the greats. That whole USC team coming off that loss with the Big Ten. Yeah, Kentucky could give them some problems for sure, but I think USC should win this game.
Then you got number three Oklahoma versus number two UConn. I'm rolling with UConn. I think their coach Paige Beckers. I think the girl's name is Ozzy. Ozzy Fudd, I think that's her name is. But I just think they're gonna be too good, and I got UConn winning.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with UConn as well. I think we get the big matchup that everybody was hoping that we would get in the Final Four with Juju versus Page, the rematch of last year. I think this matchup is one of the most inevitable matchups that we're going to get in this tournament for sure on the men's and women's side. I think this will be the most hyped up matchup for sure. So I hope we definitely get this game. So I got UConn advancing.
And then you got number one Texas versus number five Tennessee. I got Texas winning over Tennessee. I think it's gonna be a good game, but I got Texas winning.
I'm gonna do it. I got the Lady Vols
Mm.
upsetting Texas in the
Going
number one
to
seed. This is the
going to
first
the Elite Eight, making it to the
going to
Elite
the
Eight.
Elite Eight, man. I'm rooting for the Tennessee Vols, man. It's just so nostalgic with that team.
Hey,
I remember growing up and just watching the Lady Vols dominate. Those Lady
right.
Vol UConn Husky matchups were some of the most top tier ladies matchups of all time for sure. I'm gonna go with Tennessee. This is more of a heart pick because I really want to see these ladies advance. So I'm gonna go with Tennessee for the upset.
You got number three Notre Dame versus number two TCU. I think this is going to be a really good game, but I'm sorry, Haley Van Left. This is when your plane stops. Notre Dame's advancing.
Yeah, sun is out, man. Sorry, Snow Bunny. There's just no. I can't see it. I think Notre Dame is just a better team. I think that backcourt is just better. Um, I think they're going to give Haley Van Lith a lot of trouble. I'm gonna go with Notre Dame to advance to the Elite Eight.
And you got now we go to the Elite Eight. You got number one UCLA versus number three LSU. This is going to be a good matchup. I think UCLA wins. but I'm going with the ones that are battle tested. I'm rolling with LSU to advance.
Ooh, you got to beat UCLA, huh? Yeah, this game is gonna be good, man. I definitely will be tuning in to watch this one for sure. But I gotta go with UCLA, man. Those ladies are just so good, man. I love what the LSU has meant for women's college basketball the last couple years. But I'm gonna go with UCLA, man. If they had Angel Reese, I might be a little bit different. But I think UCLA is just too.
And then you got South Carolina, number one South Carolina versus number two Duke. I gotta roll with South Carolina. I'm sorry, Duke. It's just you running into a buzzsaw now.
Yeah.
I got South Carolina.
Yeah. I agree with you, man. You know, I love my Tar Heels, but I love Don Stanley a little bit more. So I'm gonna go with South Carolina, man. I'm gonna go for those. I think those ladies are just too good, man. Too good, too deep. Every aspect, in the middle, in the paint, on the outside. They got depth. I think they'll just go ahead and take North Carolina out. I think that's what will happen.
For sure. Then you got number one USC versus number two UConn. This will be the matchup of the week, or it'll be one of the matchups of the week.
Whole tournament.
You got Page versus Juju. They play each other last year.
They played last year. UConn did beat them.
Yeah,
they did beat them. Good game. It was a really good game.
I think Juju remembers that. I think she comes back for vengeance. I got USC beating UConn and advancing to the Final Four.
Yeah. Juju for president. This is what I'm saying. Juju is going to advance. She's definitely going to get her revenge on Page. I know everybody's going to kind of say the earlier matchup in the year was that. Nah, it's really going to be this one. I think this is when we see Juju really show her dominance and what she is about, that she is the future of women's basketball. And it's going to be a great thing to watch because both of these teams are going to be amazing. Shout out to Gina Ariema and the UConn. Shout out to Paige, the future number one pick of the WNBA draft going into next year. So it's going to be an amazing game. I think everybody must tune into this, support this game right here because it's going to be a beautiful game to watch. Beautiful basketball game, but I definitely got Juju advancing.
Then you got number one Texas versus number three Notre Dame. This will be a very good game. This will be a hard fought game, but I'm rolling with Notre Dame to advance to the Final Four.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Notre Dame. I think this is when the Lady Vols in their dream run right here. I think they'll be a lot better next year, but I'm gonna go with Notre Dame, man. They've been a really good team that I think a lot of people are sleeping on just because of the mishaps they had towards the end of the year. But I think Notre Dame will come out of this bracket to face South Carolina.
So then you got number three. Well, my bracket, I got number three LSU versus number one USC, and then on the other side, you got number one South Carolina versus Notre Dame. LSU, USC is going to be a hard fought game. It's going to be a tough game. Kim Malarkey is one of the better coaches in the league. USC has Juju. She's the best player in the nation. I think it's going to come down to a big shot from Juju, and I got Juju winning and USC winning and advancing to the championship.
This game between UCLA and USC might be the best game of the whole tournament. This will be the fourth time they will play this year, I would believe. I'm gonna go with USC, man. I believe this is Juju's time, and I think USC is gonna advance to the championship, man.
Then you got South Carolina versus number three Notre Dame. Shout out to Notre Dame, man, and the two girls that's in the back court. They're gonna be top picks in the draft next year, but I just think South Carolina's just gonna be too much for them, and I got South Carolina going back to the national championship.
Yeah, I agree with you. I got South Carolina. They're going back to the Natty for sure. I think this will be a really good matchup, especially with Notre Dame. That backcourt could give them a little bit of trouble, but I just think South Carolina will be too big in the middle, and I think they'll be able to get to Notre Dame, and I think they'll end up winning.
So then you have number one USC versus number one South Carolina national championship, and we all would love to see this because we want to see Juju in the national championship. I can't reiterate enough that she is the best player in the nation. Kiki is a really good center. She's going to be a top five pick probably next year if she leaves. Um, but look, man, this is a numbers game, and I just think that South Carolina is just too deep for USC. I think Juju's going to remember this, her getting here, and she's going to take it into next season. And we'll talk about next season. But I just think South Carolina is just too deep. Tahina Pow Pow, Ashlyn Watkins, Tesson Johnson, like Melissa Forwelly, like Bree Hall, Raven Johnson. Like I just think they're gonna throw the numbers at them, and I got South Carolina winning.
I'm going with Juju, man. I'm going with Juju. I think she shows her dominance in this whole tournament. I think she lets the world know that no one can mess with her. She's the best player in the whole world on the women's side, and she gonna show it. I got Juju. I got USC winning. They're gonna be the national champions for this year for me.
For sure. All right. Now it's time for the men.
We can break it up. We can do something else before we do that.
No, let's go and get this over with.
All right, man. All right, man. Let me bring up the.
Unless you want to just skip get to the final.
Nah, we can do it. We can do it. We can do it.
No, we got
All right, we ain't got that much as far as topics today. Anyway, so.
I know we really don't.
So- all right. All right. Here's the men's bracket right here.
All right, let's start with the South. You got number one Auburn versus 16 Alabama State. I'm sorry, I got Auburn winning. They're just too damn good. Bruce Pearl got that squad rolling. I'm gonna go with Auburn.
Yeah, Auburn's way too good, man. They've been a very dominant team all year, man. So I'm gonna definitely go with Auburn over Alabama State. Shout out to Alabama State though. They had a pretty good win the other night. But yeah, Auburn's just gonna be too big for them on both aspects, on the perimeter and on the inside. They're just a way better team.
Got number 8 Louisville versus number 9 Creighton. I think this will be a really good game, but I'm gonna roll with Louisville on this one. I got them pulling out the win.
Nah, this might be one of the best games of the first round. The first 2 days, as far as like Thursday and Fridays, it's definitely gonna be one of the better games. But I'm gonna go with Creighton, man. I like the big man in the middle. I think he can have some a dominant presence over Louisville. I think I'm gonna go with Creighton, man. They've been playing some really good ball here at the end of the year.
And then you got number 5 Michigan versus number 12 UC San Diego. I'm gonna roll with Michigan on this one. I just think that they're the better team.
Yeah, man. I've seen a couple insiders, man, making this as one of their upset picks with UC San Diego being it. I can't see it personally. I think Michigan's been playing some really good ball. I'm surprised by this 5th seed, especially with them winning their conference tournament. But yeah, I got Michigan winning.
And got number 4 Texas A&M versus number 13 Yale. Shout out to Yale, but yeah, I got Texas A&M.
I'm gonna do it, man. I'm gonna go with Yale, man. I'm gonna go with Yale with the upset over Texas A&M, man. I think Yale is. I think they got some dogs on that team, man. Don't be shocked, man, if this game is a lot closer than what you think, man. So I'm gonna roll with Yale. I think they'll end up pulling the upset.
You got number 6 Ole Miss versus number 11 North Carolina Tar Heels. Sorry, North Carolina. I got Ole Miss winning.
Yeah, the disrespect is insane with this one. I know a lot of people have been questioning why North Carolina has been in this tournament, and I get it. I can understand some of the arguments, but North Carolina has been playing some really, really great ball the last couple weeks of the year. They could have easily beat Duke in the game. I get it. They didn't have Cooper Flag, but I'm going to go with North Carolina, man. I think they win, and I don't think it will be close. I think North Carolina will dominate against Ole Miss.
Okay. You got number 3 Iowa State versus number 14 Lipscomb. I'm going with Iowa State.
I agree with you. I'm going with Iowa State too. I can't see Lipscomb beating this game, but yeah.
And you got number 7 Marquette versus number 10 New Mexico. I'm going with the upset, baby. I'm taking the Lobos. New Mexico advancing.
I'm not mad at that pick, man. I've been kind of tough on this Marquette New Mexico game. But you know what, man? I'm gonna rock with my boy, man. I'm gonna rock with Chris, man. I'm going with New Mexico as well and pick them for the upset over Marquette.
Then you got number 2 Michigan State versus number 15 Bryant. Sorry, Bryant. I gotta go with Michigan State.
Yeah, no, Michigan State, Tom Izzo, guys, these boys playing
Yeah.
really, really great ball. They definitely should be one of the favorites to make it to the Final Four. Michigan State should win. I think they'll win pretty big.
You got number 1 Duke versus Mount Science. What was that? Mount
Mount
Saint.
St. Mary's. Mount St. Mary's. Yeah.
All right, Mount St. Mary's. You had to pick Duke in first. This is gonna be a blowout. Now you might not even need to play Cooper Flag in this game, but he's probably gonna play. But still, I got Duke winning big. Sorry.
Yeah, Mount St. Mary's, they played the game earlier today, man. They beat American. Prayers out to the young man who hurt his knee. He did give it a shot trying to come back in that game. He was the best player in their conference, and I think he could have made somewhat a difference in that game. It could be American in here, but shout out to Mount St. Mary's. They were able to get the big win. Big win. Obviously, the big question is Cooper Flag going to play in this game? We shall see. I won't be surprised if he does, but either way, even if he does or doesn't, Duke should definitely win this game. And
Yeah. Number 8 Mississippi State. Shout out to Stan. Number 9 Baylor. I'm around Mississippi State. I got them beating Baylor.
I agree with you. I'm gonna go with Mississippi State too.
Then you got number 5 Oregon versus number 12 Liberty. I think this game's gonna be closer than what people give credit for. Liberty's a really good basketball squad, but I'm gonna go with Oregon in this one.
This is upset for me. This is one of my favorite upsets. I'm gonna go with Liberty over Oregon.
Mad at that. Then you got number 4 Arizona versus number 13 Akron. Shout out to LeBron. But sorry, LeBron. Your hometown is losing. I got Arizona winning.
Nah, Arizona's been playing some really, really great ball, man. I got Arizona advancing over Akron.
And you got number 6 BYU versus number 11 VCU. I gotta go with BYU. They've been playing some really good ball, so I gotta roll with BYU.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with BYU as well. They play pretty decent for their conference tournament games. So I'm definitely gonna go with BYU.
Then you got number 3 Wisconsin versus number 14 Montana. Once again, I like what Wisconsin's been looking like lately. I got to pick them.
This one was a little bit tough. Montana's been playing some really good ball, but I definitely will rock with you. I'll go with Wisconsin. I think they'll go ahead and get that win over Montana.
And then you got number 7 St. Mary's versus number 10 Vanderbilt. I'm gonna roll with St. Mary's. Vanderbilt's pretty good, but I gotta roll with St. Mary's on this
I
one.
agree with you. I'm gonna go with St. Mary's, man. I think they've been one of the better teams out of the West Coast, so I'm gonna go with them.
And then number 2 Alabama versus 15 Robert Morris. Sorry, Robert Morris. You had to pick Alabama first, but you about to get steamrolled.
No, I agree with you. I think Alabama's just too big, too athletic for Robert Morris. Robert Morris has had some surprising wins in the past tournaments, but it won't be this year.
Then you got number 1 in the West. You got number 1 Florida versus number 16 Norfolk State. Sorry, Norfolk State. I'm sure you got some good players on your squad, but Florida is just gonna be too much for y'all.
Yeah, Florida's been easily this is one of my favorite teams in this whole tournament. So Florida will definitely win, and I don't think it'll be close. They're just too big, too athletic, man. If you've never seen Florida, watch this game. You will understand why these guys are real serious contenders to win the whole thing, man. This team is amazing. Watch this squad; they're good.
Then you got number 8 UConn versus number 9 Oklahoma. I think this is gonna be a really close game. This hasn't been UConn's really. They've been having an up and down year. Coach been calling them out all season. But I'm gonna roll with UConn because I think they're battle tested. So I'm gonna roll with UConn.
Bob Hurley, I'm so happy you did not take the Lakers job. Thank you, my brother. I'm so happy. You really showed me the light. I'm going with Oklahoma. I think Oklahoma ends UConn's dreams of a three-peat and ends it quick. I'm going with Oklahoma.
Okay. And you got number 5 Memphis playing against number 12 Colorado State. I'm gonna roll with Memphis on this one. I got them advancing.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Penny. He's had these boys playing really good, but Colorado State has been playing some really, really amazing ball. I think they won their last like 8, 9 in a row or something like that. Something crazy. I'm going with Colorado State.
Ooh, you getting Penny up out of there, huh?
Sorry, Penny. Yeah, man, you got to go.
And you got number 4 Maryland versus number 13 Grand Canyon. Shout out to Grand Canyon. They had a really good season, but I got to roll with Maryland on this one.
Yo, this game might scare a lot of people, man. I know when you see Grand Canyon, you be like, they got no shot against Maryland.
I'm not even saying that.
But Maryland is really good though. I think their starting five is one of the. I think they have one of the best starting fives as far as like average points per game. Grand Canyon could do some things, but Maryland starting five is just way too good. I got Maryland.
I remember getting brochures for their college. Grand Canyon made it look like it was fun.
Hey man, maybe I should have took that tour, man. I might have been able to play. I definitely
Right. Then we got my Mizzou Tigers limping in to the tournament. Haven't been playing really well, but you know what? They're playing number 11 Drake, who's really, really good. But I can't go against Mizzou, baby. I got you on my back, baby. I'm going Mizzou.
Man, get them Tigers out of here, bro. Mizzou, they're just like their football team, all hype, but they can't come in the clutch, bro. I'm going with Drake, bro. Sorry, let's go with Drake.
Dennis Gate,
and not
show
OVO.
him what it is.
And not OVO, not OVO. And this ain't OVO.
Dennis Gate, show him what it is, man. Number 3, Texas Tech. Shout out to Patrick Mahomes against number 14, Wilmington. I'm gonna roll with Texas Tech.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Texas Tech too. They're a really, really good team, man. They play some really, really good ball, especially in their conference tournament game. That's a really good team, man. I got Texas Tech, man.
You got number 7, Kansas, going against number 10, Arkansas. This does me great pleasure to say bye-bye, Kansas. You haven't played well all season. I'm going with Arkansas.
Nah, it's crazy, man. Kansas in the beginning of the year, I remember going to the game where they played Duke, and they looked like a very, very dominant team. They played a really good game against Duke, and they won that game out here in Las Vegas. That was earlier in the year. I don't know what happened to Kansas, but they look like a completely different team. Than the
Hunter
team
Dickerson can score, but he can't guard.
No,
he can't guard nothing.
Nah, he can't guard Chris right now. So I'm gonna go with Arkansas. Arkansas is gonna win.
And then you got number 2, St. John. Shout out to Rick Pitino against number 15, Omaha State. Omaha. Sorry, man. You better get smoked.
Yeah, St. John's really, really good defensive team. They do have some problems scoring, but St. John's is going to be too good defensively. They're going to advance. We're going to get the Calipari versus Rick Pitino all Italian matchup.
Yeah. You got number 1 in the Midwest. You got number 1 Houston versus 16 SIUE. What is that?
I don't know. Who cares, man? They losing anyway. So.
Yeah, Houston's about to smoke them.
Houston about to smoke them. Sorry, sorry, y'all. No disrespect to your college, bro, but y'all not winning, bro. Sorry. Sorry. I think that's an easy bet.
Then you got number 8 Gonzaga versus number 9 Georgia. I'm rolling with Georgia. I'm going with Georgia against Gonzaga.
I'm gonna go with Gonzaga, man. I think Gonzaga has a really good team. I like their point guard. He's really good. They got some big men on that team as well. I'm gonna go with Gonzaga, man. They always prove they do pretty good in the tournament, man.
You got number 5 Clemson versus number 12 McNeese State. I'm rolling with Clemson. I think McNeese State is actually really good, but I'm gonna go with Clemson.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Clemson as well. I think Clemson will win this game. But hey, I wouldn't be surprised if McNeese puts a scare. I wouldn't be surprised if they're up with a minute left, man. I could definitely see it.
You got number 4 Purdue versus number 13 High Point. I'm gonna roll with Purdue on this one. But shout out to High Point.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Purdue. I think this is another game where I don't be surprised if this game is a lot closer with 2 minutes left, man. Just watch out for this game. But I'm gonna pick Purdue.
Then you got number 6 Illinois versus number 11 Xavier. This is gonna be a close game, but I'm gonna go with Illinois.
Yeah, man. The Illinois don't have Terrence Shannon Jr. this year. I'm going with Xavier, man. They looked really good in the game earlier today. I think they're playing some very inspired ball. They're coming in hot too. Illinois hasn't played basketball in a couple days. Xavier coming off a really big win. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Xavier.
Then you got number 3 Kentucky versus number 14 Troy. I got to roll with Kentucky. I just think they've been playing really good ball, so I'm gonna go with Kentucky.
I'm going another upset. This is the most double upset. I'm going with Troy. I got Troy beating Kentucky, man. For some reason, Kentucky never really does good, man, in these tournaments, man. So watch out for that. I'm going to go with Troy.
Then you got number 7 UCLA versus number 10 Utah State. Utah State's a really good team, but I'm gonna go with UCLA.
I agree with you. Utah State is a really good team. I wouldn't be surprised if they were to win this game, but I'm gonna go with UCLA, man. I think they'll end up having a good win.
And then number 2 Tennessee versus number 15 Wolford. I gotta go with Tennessee on this one. Sorry, Wolford.
Totally agree. Tennessee, really dominant team. I definitely got them win in advance.
Then you go back up to the west, to the south. You got Auburn versus Louisville. I'm sorry, I gotta go with Auburn. I just think they're the better team.
Yeah, I got Auburn versus Creighton, and this matchup could be very, very interesting. Creighton could give Auburn a lot of trouble. Auburn has been having trouble scoring. Creighton is really good. I think they're a good defensive team. I'm still gonna roll with Auburn, but if this game happens, this could be a scary game for Auburn. This is gonna be a tough game. Well, no matter if it's Louisville or Creighton, this is gonna be a real tough game for Auburn, especially the way they've been playing as of late.
I agree. Then you got number 5 Michigan versus number 4 Texas A&M. I got Texas A&M winning this game in a close one.
Okay. I got Michigan winning. Obviously, I had Texas A&M getting upset by Yale, but I think Michigan is just too good for Yale. I got Michigan advancing to the next round.
I had Ole Miss advancing against North Carolina, so I had Iowa State. I'm gonna roll with Iowa State. I got them beating Ole Miss.
I got North Carolina, man. The Cinderella story keeps continuing with North Carolina and my Tar Heels. I got them upsetting Iowa State, and I got them winning by 7+ points in that game.
And you got number 10 New Mexico versus number 2 Michigan State. I can't go against Izzo. I got Michigan State winning.
I agree with you. I got Michigan State winning, man. They got a really good team.
You got Duke versus number 8 Mississippi State. Sorry, Mississippi State. You about to get smoked. Duke.
Yeah, I got Duke as well, man. Cooper Flag should definitely be back in this game for right here for sure. Yeah, Duke is gonna win this game.
And then you got number 4 Arizona versus number 5 Oregon. I'm rolling with Arizona in this. I just think they're the better team.
I agree with you. Arizona. I had Liberty beating Oregon, but I'm gonna go with Arizona. Again, I could see this. I could see Liberty giving Arizona a really tough matchup. I wouldn't be surprised if they do win this game, but I'm gonna go with Arizona. I just think they're very, very talented, and I think we get a great matchup in the next round with Duke and Arizona.
And then you got number 6 BYU versus number 3 Wisconsin. I'm rolling with BYU, man, for the upset.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with BYU as well. I got them with the upset as well, advancing to the next round.
And then you got St. Mary's, number 7 versus number 2 Alabama. I think this is gonna be a rout. I got Alabama.
I got St. Mary's winning this game. I got St. Mary's upset in Alabama. I think this is when the bracket starts looking a little funky here.
Whoa,
with St. Mary's, man, get a nice West Coast matchup.
That's crazy.
Hey, man, March Madness is crazy. Crazy times, brother. Got to be insane to make these picks.
Very much so. Then you got number 1 Florida versus number 8 UConn. I rolled with Florida over UConn. Sorry, this is where the train stops. UConn for me.
Yeah, I got Florida versus Oklahoma, the old Tim Tebow matchup where he won. I think this is when he won his first national championship game. I'm gonna go with Florida, man. They're just too good, bro.
I got Memphis playing Maryland. I took Maryland in this matchup. Sorry, Penny, he's still one of my favorite players of all time, but I got Maryland winning.
Yeah, I got Maryland winning too, man. That starting 5 is insane, bro. And I think that would be made up for a very high-key marquee matchup in the next round with Florida.
I have number 6 Missouri versus Texas Tech. Sorry, Patrick Mahomes. I got to roll with Mizzou. I got them advancing to the Sweet 16.
Another insane pick. I got Drake beating Texas Tech. This is not OVO Drake, so don't even get twisted. Yeah, I got Drake advancing, winning.
And then you got number 2 St. John's, Rick Pitino. Number 10 Arkansas, John Calipari. Shout out to John Calipari, but I got St. John winning this.
I agree with you. St. John's is just the better team. Shout out to John Calipari. He's going to have Arkansas as one of the top contenders here in the next year or two, but Just not
Yeah.
this year.
And then number one, you got Houston against number 9, Georgia. I went with Houston. I think it's gonna be a close game, but I got Houston winning.
Yeah, in my matchup, I got Houston versus Gonzaga. Houston, you got to keep your eye on Houston, man. They do have times where they're in close games for no reason. This could be one right here. This could be an upset alert. I'm gonna go with Houston, but I'm not 100% confident in that pick. But I'm gonna go with
Yeah.
Houston.
We got number 5. I have Clemson advancing against number 4, Purdue. I went with Clemson in this matchup. Yeah, I got them, but it's gonna be a close game. But I got Clemson winning.
I agree with you. I got Clemson as well, advancing over Purdue. I just don't trust Purdue at all after the first round.
Yeah. Then you got number 3, Kentucky versus number 6, Illinois. I went with Kentucky in this matchup.
Okay. Obviously, I had the double upset right here with Xavier versus Troy. I'm gonna go with Xavier, man. I just think they're playing some really, really good ball right now.
And then number 7, UCLA versus number 2, Tennessee. I got Tennessee advancing.
I got Tennessee as well. I got Tennessee advancing over UCLA. I just think Tennessee is just a way better team.
And then in the Sweet 16, you got number 1, Auburn versus number 4, Texas A&M. I think this is going to be a really good game, but I got Auburn winning.
Yeah, I got Auburn versus Michigan. This is going to be a really good game. Michigan is a really tough opponent. You can honestly say their seed is a little low for them. They should be obviously a higher seed. I could honestly see them being maybe a 3 seed or anything like that. So this is going to be a tough game. Another tough game for Auburn. I'm gonna go Auburn. I'm gonna go with Auburn reluctantly. I'm gonna go Auburn.
Look at the comment section real quick. Okay, Mark's making his picks known. All right, where are we at?
Right here. Right here.
Because we did Auburn, Texas A&M. We did
Uh,
Iowa, Michigan State. Did we do that yet?
I got North Carolina, Michigan State. Who do you have? You have Iowa State versus Michigan State, right?
Yeah, and I picked Michigan State.
Yeah,
I picked Iowa State. I'm sorry.
you
I
picked
picked
Iowa
Iowa
State.
over Michigan State. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I got my North Carolina Tar Heels making it to this point. Michigan State is a really good team, a very, very good team. I'm gonna go with Michigan State just to be safe. I'm gonna go with Michigan State. But for some reason, I do want to pick North Carolina in that game, but I'm gonna keep it safe, man.
You got number 1 Duke versus number 4 Arizona. Um, I got Duke winning.
I think Cooper Flag will play this game, but they are missing another one of their key players.
Mm.
I'm gonna go upset. I'm gonna go Arizona. Beat the Cooper Flag. Gets ready for the NBA draft.
Jeez. Then you got I got number 6 BYU versus number 2 Alabama. I went with Alabama advancing and beating BYU.
Yeah, I had St. Mary's upsetting Alabama, so I have BYU versus St. Mary's, a great West Coast matchup. But I'm gonna go with BYU. I think they advance. I think we get BYU versus Arizona for the Elite Eight.
Then you got number 1 Florida versus number 4 Maryland. I'm rolling with Florida. I think it's gonna be a good game, but I got Florida beating Maryland.
Yeah, this is gonna be an amazing game, especially with Maryland starting 5. They're amazing, but Florida's just way too deep, way too big. I think they're just ready. I got Florida advancing.
Then I had number 6 Mizzou versus number 2 St. John's. I got St. John's winning.
I agree with you. I got St. John's. I think we get the 1-2 matchup in this bracket.
And then you got Houston versus Clemson. I think this is going to be a good matchup, but I got Houston advancing.
I agree with you. I think Houston finally breaks the mold as far as like being one of those number 1 seeds that never really they just look suspect the whole tournament. But I got Houston advancing to Elite Eight.
And then number 3 Kentucky versus number 2 Tennessee. I got Tennessee advancing.
Yeah, I got Xavier making it all the way to face Tennessee, but I think this is where their dream ends. I got Tennessee advancing. Got another 1-2 matchup.
And then in the Elite Eight, You got Auburn versus Iowa State. I'm rolling with Auburn. I got them advancing to the Final Four.
Yeah, I got Auburn versus Michigan State, and I'm gonna go with Michigan State, man. I think they do the upset. I think they're very inspired to get Tom Izzo his national championship that he hasn't seen in I think almost 20 years. I think. So I'm gonna go with Michigan State, man.
And then I got I in my bracket, I got number one Duke versus number two Alabama. I got Duke beating Alabama.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Arizona right here. I think Arizona beats BYU. I had the upset in a couple areas, but I'm gonna go Arizona, man. I think they advance to the Final Four.
And then you got number one Florida versus number two St. John's. I got St. John's advancing to the Final Four.
I'm not mad at that pick. I just think Florida's just way too good. I think Florida will advance. I think this will be a really, really good game. I'm so happy to see St. John's back on the map, man. That's a very, very important school that needs to be back. Hopefully, UNLV could, look UNLV. Look at what St. John's is doing. You could be that.
Yeah, for sure. And then number one Houston versus number two Tennessee. It's gonna be a close game, but I got Houston advancing to the Final Four.
I agree with you. I got Houston as well. I just think defensively they can swarm all over Tennessee. Tennessee is a really good team. Um, it's going to be key thing with Houston. They got to hit their shots. They're not a really good 3-point shooting team, but I think in this tournament, I think they'll hit some shots. I think they'll be confident, and I think they'll advance to the Final Four.
And then in my bracket, I got Auburn, number one Auburn versus number two St. John's. I got Auburn advancing to the Natty.
Yeah, and this one I got Florida. I just think they're just a way too good of a team. Michigan State, very good team, but Florida's just better.
And then in my bracket, I have number one Duke versus number one Houston. I went with Duke. I got them going against Auburn in the national championship.
Yeah, Arizona versus Houston. I'm gonna go with Houston. I just think they're the better complete team. Arizona, they do have a lot of good players, but I'm gonna go with Houston.
And then I got Auburn beating Duke in the national championship.
I got Florida. That's gonna be my national championship team. That this team is just so good, man. They're so that's a big team, man, and they're really good on all aspects of the basketball court. So Florida Gators are my national champions this year.
Sure.
Woo! A lot of picks, man. A lot of picks, but hey, it's gonna be a fun one, man. It's gonna be a fun one, my brother. It's gonna be a fun one. Who said boo? Who you booing?
You probably booing me because I got Duke losing in the national championship.
Oh, he must be mad at me. I ain't even got them making the Final Four.
Probably that too. Damn. All right, let's switch it up for some NBA news, man.
Yeah, man. NBA going on around. Got a couple small topics. But we got Draymond Green. You know what I mean? Somebody asked him a question if he thinks he has a case for a defensive player of the year. He thinks so, especially with Victor Wembanyama. Obviously, he's been out. Everybody assumed he would be the consensus favorite to win. So Draymond thinks he has a real legit shot. What are your thoughts? Do you think Draymond Green has a legit shot to win Defensive Player of the Year this year?
Who's he going against?
Obviously you have the likes of what's my man's name? He's from the Atlanta Hawks. What's my man's name? Let me see. Dyson. I think his name Dyson Daniels. He's been really good. I think they have him as a favorite. Some people have obviously Shai Gilgeous. Everybody thinks he should be up there. You also got the likes of Jaylen Brown, people like that. But
I don't know, man. I guess
I low key think Dyson Daniels should definitely be the favorite to me. I think he's been amazing as far as like statistically on the defensive side. But I do think, especially with Victor, if Victor Wembanyama was healthy, I think it would be an easy pick for Defensive Player of the Year. But obviously with Jaren Jackson out, a lot of people would have him. He would be up there as well, but he's been out for a little bit. I think Draymond Green does have a shot. Obviously, they had a bounce back win. Obviously after that loss without Jokic and them. So yeah, I could definitely see Draymond having a really good shot to win. To win the tournament, not to win the tournament, but to win Defensive Player of the Year. Next up, the Detroit Pistons have been playing some really good ball. They did get a big win. They're currently in the sixth seed. They're 39-31. They're tied with the Milwaukee Bucks right now. They're about a game and a half or a game away from the fourth seed with the Indiana Pacers. Could you see the Detroit Pistons making a decent playoff run
I can see them advancing past the first round.
past the first round?
Mhm.
I could see that too. If the Detroit Pistons, because right now they'll be currently slotted to play the New York Knicks, I think that matchup would be really good. I could see that
Yeah,
definitely be a 7-game series.
because Tibbs is running to the ground anyway. So
Yeah, man, he's going back and forth with Mikal Bridges and Josh Hart. Yeah, it's been a very interesting month for the Detroit Pistons.
do you see them getting rid of Tibbs after this season if it doesn't work out?
I don't know. I kind of imposed that question to our great friend Antonio, but I think eventually, if they want this team to advance to the way they need to, I think they're going to have to, um, because Tibbs just has this problem of just not trusting anybody on the bench. Um, you at this point you see the wear down that's happening with this team. Jalen Brunson, he's been out probably for the last 2 weeks now. He'll probably be out another 2 weeks, maybe three. That was a bad ankle sprain. But the Knicks have been playing some really decent ball the last couple of games. So as long as they can stay in that third seed and they get Jalen Brunson, I think they would be fine. But that's always been a problem with Tibbs, man. He wears his players to the ground, and then by the time they get to the second, third round, I mean, they're pretty much just out of gas. So they're gonna have to look into it now. Who are you going to replace Tibbs with? That's the question. It just depends on what coaching candidates are available at that particular time. Maybe there's like a new hot young candidate that might be available, or maybe one of the old coaches. Maybe they might go. Obviously Jeff Van Gundy is currently on the Clippers bench. Maybe that's something you look at, or maybe if one of these other coaches, maybe you try to see what's up with Ty Lue. Maybe he's over the situation with the Clippers. I don't know. I think that would be a great coach to maybe look at, as maybe try to pry away from an organization. Chauncey Billups has been, he's been coaching his ass off over there in Portland, having those guys. I don't see him going anywhere, but there's obviously some young up and coming assistant coaches. Obviously you have the one in San Antonio. It depending on Pop's situation. If Pop is able to come back next year, maybe the Knicks look at him if they do decide to get out of that situation. But then again, you're trying to put your trust into a rookie head coach. So I don't know. It's something that the Knicks definitely got to look into as far as everything. Other news: my Lakers won again tonight. Luka Doncic, he had 21 points in the first quarter against the Denver Nuggets. Obviously, they didn't have Murray or Jokic in this game. Currently, they moved up, tied with the third seed with this game. What are your percentages of the Los Angeles Lakers winning a NBA Finals, man?
I give them a 75% chance.
Man, this is why I teamed up with you on this podcast, man. I mean, he always says the right things at the right time. Yeah, I totally agree. I think the Lakers should be one of the favorites. Obviously, OKC should definitely be the favorites out of the West. I think that team has just been amazing. But I think if any team has a shot at beating the Oklahoma City Thunder, I do think it's the Los Angeles Lakers. I don't see it being anybody else in the West. A lot of people would assume the Denver Nuggets. I just don't think they have the depth to match up with the OKC Thunder. I think the Lakers do. We have a three-headed monster with Austin Reeves. You're going to get LeBron back, especially with all these wins. It gives the Lakers extra leg room to be able to rest LeBron a little bit more with Luka playing out of his mind, man. If Luka was able to, if he didn't miss those 2 months, I think Luka would definitely be in the conversation if he played like this the whole year to be an MVP candidate. Now, if he was still playing, who knows if he would still be on? Who knows if he might probably still be on the Mavericks. So that energy was a blessing in disguise for us personally. But at the end of the day, man, I think the Lakers have been playing some really, really great ball defensively. I think we're one of the best defensive teams. Obviously, the whole itch about us having no big man. I think Jackson Hayes. We got to tip our cat off. I think Jackson Hayes been playing amazing ball, very very inspired ball. So we definitely got to give Jackson Hayes his props. So something to look out for. But I'm excited. We're getting towards the end of the year. NBA playoffs will be here in the next probably 3 weeks or so, 3-4 weeks. So yeah, looking forward to it, man. That's just a little bit of NBA news, man. So that's all I got for that.
For sure, brother. Every role player for the Lakers has stepped up.
That's true. That's true. Gabe Vincent, bro. He was close, bro. Man, that boy be getting on my nerves. Hey, man, even Bronny hit a 3 the other night. Did you see that? Bronny hit a 3.
No, I did not. Good for him, man.
Yeah, you should pay attention more, my brother.
Damn. Put me out there like that. All right, man. Let's do our BetUS Surefire picks, man.
Yes, sir.
What you got?
All right, man. So for tomorrow, I got all March Madness games. I got Arkansas +5 over Kansas. I like that number. Creighton +2.5 over Louisville. Obviously, I had Creighton beating Louisville. And then I got UCLA -5.5 over Utah State.
Yeah. I got a couple of teams. So I got hold on, let me go back up. My bad, people. So I got Arkansas +5 over Kansas. I got Georgia +6.5. Oh, man. I got BYU -2.5. I got New Mexico money line +150. I went ahead and said Michigan State -17. I got Alabama -23. I got Memphis money line +105, and I got Maryland -10.5.
Not bad.
You go to any of our social media sites, you'll see the link for the BetUS website. They're doing a March Madness thing where they're doing 150 signing bonus. So if you sign up now, new users only, you put in the promo code join 150. You get 3 risk-free bets. That means you get from $500 up to or $100 up to $5,000. If you your first 3 deposits, if you lose, keep your money. So you can win some money, or you can not lose your money. So go over to BetUS, sign up, and tell them Cris Style Mal sent you.
Yeah.
That does it for our BetUS Surefire picks. BYU -2, Colorado State -1.5, St. Mary's 4. Right on, Mark. Mark's BetUS Surefire picks. All right, man. Let's talk about John Cena, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
First off, I want to shout out to that Belgium crowd, man.
Yeah, amazing.
Y'all made this John Cena promo times 10.
Mm-hmm.
The hate that you were giving John Cena, the back and forth, it just made the moment that much better. Now, I know some people were disappointed because he came out to the same music, he came out with the same gear, but he gave you all an explanation on why. Now, he comes out, the crowd is going crazy with the, go John Cena sucks chants. It looks like John Cena at first was going to drop the mic and just walk away, but then he goes back, picks the mic up, then he drops it again, and he picks it up, and then he says the quote that he put on Twitter. Um, I think he said something like, "Sometimes when you're securing yourself, you don't need the approvals of people on the outside."
Mhm.
That's how he starts it off. Then everybody's booing, and then he's like, "You're making this very easy." He pretty much blames the fans, saying that for 25 years this has been an abusive relationship. You guys have been bullying them to be the puppet, and you guys don't appreciate him. In a nutshell, that when he first came into WWE, you hated him. Then he changed it up to Doctor Thugonomics. Everybody started loving him, and then even then, after a while, he started hating him. So for 10 years, he tried to get, with the Make a Wish and all the stuff that he was doing. He tried to, give himself to the fans. And, you know, people were hating on him. He said because he kept winning and winning and winning at a high clip, and you guys hated it. Um, and he went after and then he even went after the people who said that they claim they support him, saying that they just use him. The only reason why they wear his gear to make them feel good. All they've been doing is sitting around watching him be great because their lives are pathetic. And just pointed it out. Shout out to the kid that he pointed it out.
Yeah,
Kid,
that shit was insane. I sent you the
yeah,
picture.
what the hell did I do? but then he talked about the gear. He was like, y'all want me. He said, "Oh, John's, my story has changed. My values are different." He was like, you know, "I'm not gonna change my gear. This is my gear. You copying me. Like this is my voice on the song. Your time is up. Finally, my time is now." So he's pretty much saying like, and he's right. We were all critiquing, "Ooh, he should wear this. He should change his music, and we should do that." And because if he does that, they probably cheer him. You know what I'm saying? If he comes out with a whole new demeanor and new music and new gear or whatever, they're gonna probably cheer him because we're in this. The Attitude Era made this cool, and NWO made it cool to cheer for the bad guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think he's trying to eliminate the cool bad guy, which is good because you want your heels to be hated. That's the whole point of them being a heel. And he said to himself, "I'm not a baby face. I'm not a heel. I'm a human being." Um, and so he made some valid points. You know what I'm saying? Like what he said was not he's speaking some truth. Um, if you watch John Cena, and some people have kind of fell off in the ruthless aggression era, but I watched it, and the John Cena hate was real. You know what I'm saying? People didn't like it because he was so. It felt like he was kind of forced down our throats. You know what I'm saying? Kind of how in the beginning how Roman Reigns started getting. You know what I'm saying? People started hating Roman Reigns the same way until he switched it up and became the tribal chief, and he finally began to be himself. Now we could blame Vince McMahon for that because Vince has a tendency to he's gonna push who he push. He doesn't care what you say. He doesn't care about what the fans say. I'm gonna do what I want to do. So you kind of can blame that on Vince McMahon. But like I said, this was a good promo. This is leading into WrestleMania. Cody comes out, pretty much says that you know, I was excited to face John Cena, but I get this. If this guy shows up at WrestleMania, pretty much I'm gonna walk through you. I'm gonna beat you, and I'm gonna retire you early. Um, hopefully John Cena shows up to WrestleMania, not this whiny bitch. I think they kind of played it safe with Cody because they didn't let John Cena have no rebuttals. But I'm fine with that because he has plenty of time to give his rebuttals. Um, Overall, I thought it was a great way to start off Raw. And yeah, man, shout out to John Cena and Sana. Shout out to Cody Rhodes. And yeah, excited for WrestleMania.
Nah, man, I totally agree. I did watch this. It was definitely captivating, for sure. Yeah, shout out to the crowd out there, man. They were amazing. They definitely for the whole Raw, it was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Seth Rollins came out, all that, man. It was
Mm-hmm.
dope.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, man, I think John Cena gave everybody what I feel like he's been feeling for a very, very long time. And then
Yeah.
honestly, you started seeing stuff on the internet where people were posting videos of certain clips and stuff like that, where it just kind of like proved this point to, just about the overall, just, the stain, confusion, just the overall, just like, like, you can just tell that he slowly he just got fed up, and, he found the opportunity to, turn heel, obviously the big story about, him wanting to turn heel and Vince McMahon not allowing that, and, stuff like that. It gives him the opportunity to be what he wanted to seek out for. So I just think this just makes everything going on between him and Cody, as Cody is kind of like the new babyface, person that everybody's in love with at this current time, and it's kind of like a mirror face. It's like two people who are very similar facing each other. In the sense, like I would, like John Cena, I was you. This is gonna be you in the future. In a sense, like Cody Rhodes, this is gonna be you. You're gonna be the one that wants to turn heel eventually. Everybody loves you now, but I'm very curious to see how. Obviously, I think he's supposed to. I think they're both supposed to appear on Raw this coming week. I think, right? So obviously the story will get advanced as far as like, I'm sure he'll have his rebuttal. I thought it was an amazing speech as far as like how he was like, you guys don't deserve to have the new look. You guys don't deserve to have the new music. I'm not giving that to you because I know that's what you want. This is me. This is me. I love that. I thought he killed it. You know what I mean? So you know what? I've been the guy that I've been trying to reacclimate myself into this WWE thing. And, Chris has been, doing his best to, properly educate me and catch me up on everything. And he's been doing a great job. He's definitely a historian to this WWE shit for sure. Like I used to be definitely all heads in, man. I used to be one of those guys who used to be a very WWF fan. You know what I mean? Like it's still a little weird with the WWE thing. I think people got more accustomed to it. I love WWF more. I wish they could go back to that, but that's just me. But anyways, this just makes me even more excited for the next Raws. Obviously, you have SmackDown on Friday, right? I haven't really gotten into the SmackDown thing just because of my work schedule has been kind of a little funky and all that. But eventually, I want to get into that. But this storyline is going to be amazing, man. This just definitely wants me. This definitely just makes me want to go to WrestleMania even more in Las Vegas. I definitely want to see how this will play out live in person. I know you have your thoughts on how the match is going to go and all that. I do too. I'm sure we'll do that as the week of WrestleMania happens. But hey, man, it was amazing. Shout out to that whole crowd, man. It was amazing. I think that crowd literally just showed America, like, yo, y'all need to step y'all A game up as far as like the level of intensity that y'all have in these crowds. Obviously, there are certain cities that do really well, like New York City and maybe some other cities that I'm sure you're more accustomed to having the energy with. But yeah, man, we gotta step our game up, man, because those European crowds are literally trashing us as far as like the level of intensity and excitement that they bring, because the crowd was a show on Monday night. They were the show. They're the reason why everything was bigger than it probably could have been without them.
Yeah, man. The like I said, the crowd added to the promo. If the crowd was so, it probably wouldn't have came off as good. Like the promo was still good regardless, but
No.
with him having the crowd in the palm of his hand and being able to manipulate the crowd to make certain boos, and what I'm saying, he say something and they react, and that's power right there. You could say something and make the crowd do this, make the crowd do that. And he knew, what I'm saying, he knew how to work it. He knew how to, when he needed to say something, when he didn't need it, he just let the crowd rock. And he'll step back into his stuff. You know what I'm saying? When he was talking about the people that support him, and he was like, "Oh, you don't want to hear this. This is a conversation you ain't ready for, huh? Yeah, Or, he just kept saying, "You guys are just making this easy for me. You're showing, you're,
Oh yeah, they were.
you're just making it so easy for
Absolutely.
me."
Just with the semblance of as he first initially got into the ring, and they kept doing those chants to the point where he couldn't talk. So he's like, "Oh, fuck this. I'm just gonna put the mic down and leave." And then they boo because he can't talk. They boo because, "Oh, you're not gonna talk now?" Nah, son, you know what I mean? So he's like, he showed that. I think what would have been even more amazing if The Rock was there. I couldn't even imagine what the energy would have been like if he would have surprisingly showed up. Obviously, I'm not surprised that he wasn't there, but
I
just
think they wanted. I think they wanted John Cena because I think they
no,
felt
I totally
like
get it.
John can
I
hold
just
on.
think that you add, as he says, the most electrifying wrestler of all time. You add him into that environment, you could only imagine what that scene was. I think that crowd just showed they deserve to have one of the top pay-per-views. I get it, you know what I mean? Give them WrestleMania. Give them one of the top pay-per-views like a Royal Rumble or something. That crowd deserves something. They deserve one of the bigger pay-per-views, man. They really do. I think they've earned that with just the level of. I would love to see a big time pay-per-view with a big time card over there in Europe, man. They totally deserve it. It's not just Brussels and all that. It's all of them, man. They all killed it. I think they're in Italy on Friday, right? They're in Italy somewhere on Friday. So obviously, I think that crowd will be amazing as well, too, man.
Hey, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Punk. Yeah, I got to kill it on Friday. Yeah, I got to kill it.
Yeah.
Because everybody's gonna be waiting for that promo and them talking trash to each other. So
yeah, for sure. For sure.
But Raw was pretty good, way better than what it was a week before. You got Penta versus Ludwig Kaiser. That was a good match. No holds barred. Looks like they're pushing Penta to go against Braun Breaker for the IC Championship.
Yeah, I saw that.
You had the signing with Bianca Belair and Io Sky. They did their thing. Brussels was kind of booing Bianca Belair. Interesting. And then, of course, Rhea comes out. She pretty much she's talking trash to Bianca. They do the thing again where they push Io Sky's face.
And that's just hilarious.
she gets in their face and what's her name? Rhea hits Io Sky. Well, she hits Bianca and then hits Io Sky, and then she power bombs Io Sky into Bianca Belair. And then she signs the contract and runs away with the contract. And I don't know how they're gonna work that because her name wasn't on the thing to sign, so we'll see how that works out. But initially, we're gonna get a triple threat. We know we are.
Yeah.
What else did we? Like you said, Seth Rollins came out, pretty much, said I'll be there on Friday to holler at CM Punk and Roman Reigns. So they're setting up for that. You had Ivy versus Dakota Kai. That was a pretty good match. Your boy Chad Gable came down a little late. Then Rey Mysterio and I always forget the dude's name, but the LWO came down and tried to get at American Made and Chad Gable. Chad Gable ran away. I know the masked dude came out again and was beating up on Rey Mysterio and oh boy. And then you got the main event. You had Braun Breaker versus Finn Balor. You know what I'm saying? If you watch the first part of Raw, well, after the what's her name, you saw the first part of Raw, where you saw Finn and Dominic Mysterio. First he was showing them love, like giving them props. But then Dom was like, because he's been pushing it, like, hey, man, we need a third member. We need another member. And so he was like, let's put Penta in there. And he got pissed off at him, called him a snake. So fast forwarded to the match. Finn and them were going back and forth. Of course, Carlito and Dom come down, try to help out. Carlito tries to run a little distraction, and Dom comes up, and he accidentally, he helps push Braun Breaker off, but he also makes Finn Balor slip, hits his nuts. What's her name does the Frankensteiner, hits him with the spear, and wins the match. So I'm pretty sure Finn Balor's going to give Dominic Mysterio the beat down of his life. He's going to beat him down. So that's going to be interesting. Outside of that, man, like I said, it was a good Raw. It was a really good Raw. So
it was really good.
Also, Jay Uso, he pretty much squashed Austin Theory. Then Gunther came out. He tried to put the sleeper hold on him, but he got out of it. And, kind of botched his him flying.
Yeah, I saw that.
Kind of botched that. But Jay Uso. Just remember, I keep saying the name Jay Uso. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. They put them right in front of your face. That's what the WWE does. All right, man. Let's get to Maul's favorite segment, random news.
Yeah.
It is now time for Maul's random news.
All right, man. All right, man. It feels like it's been a minute since we did random news, man. You know, Chris, he missed it, man. He was telling me, bro, make sure you got that random news on, bro. If it doesn't not on there, I'm gonna flip out, bro. It's Chris, man. You know, he loves random news shit. You ready, sir? All right, man. First up, TKO's boxing promotion has revealed their proposed fighter scale. This is via boxing scene. $20,000 for a 10-round bout by an unranked fighter. $50,000 when ranked by the company at number 5 to number 10. $125,000 when ranked by the company at number 3 to number 4. $375,000 when challenging for company championship, and then $750,000 when defending company championship. What are your thoughts with this pay rate, and how many boxers would accept this?
Yeah, I don't know about that one, dog. That's that Dana White shit right there.
Yeah, that's that Dana White shit, man.
Ooh, we can't be paying them dudes that deep, especially Devontae Davis. Yeah, right.
Canelo's, bro, they'll laugh at you.
Canelo.
Terrence Crawford's, Ryan Garcia's, Devin
You're
Haney,
not getting
bro.
none of them.
You're not
You
getting.
may get some up and comers, but you ain't getting none of them.
Now, if this is for like more of like an up and coming, like get your name out there type of
Yeah.
thing situation, I think this is a great thing. But for like the more marquee name boxers like the Javante Davises and Terrence Crawfords and Canelos, this is a joke. This is not going to work.
I don't think Tiafimo takes this. I don't think
Tiafimo ain't taking it. Jamal Charlo ain't taking it. Caleb
ain't
Plant ain't taking it.
Haney,
Benavidez ain't taking it. None of the guys that we know that are relevant in boxing right now are taking. They're not taking that. And at the end of the day, I know Turk Al-Sheikh knows this. I think that's been one of the problems with UFC, because obviously there's been a lot of rumors about them. But you know, I said this is good for up and coming fighters, but this is not going to be really good for anybody that's established as a fighter. They're not going to go for this, man. It's not going to. All right. Next up, hey man, I don't know. Do you love the furries, my brother? You love furries? You love furries?
What the hell is a furry?
You don't know what a furry is, brother? You don't know furries? Like, you know, those people that dress up like wolves and dogs and
Why would I like something like that?
I don't know. Bro, I don't know your kinks, bro. I don't want to know, but I'm just asking you if you wish to like share it with us, like just let us know. Because this could affect you, you know what I mean? If you lived in Texas, because a new bill was introduced by a Texas lawmaker that seeks to ban furries in public schools. The Furries Act would ban students from.
Wait, hold on. Why is a furry at a public school?
Well, you remember those kids that kicked the hacky sack with the, you know what I mean, them motherfuckers, you know what I mean? So I guess they must be students running rampant, wearing furry suits, or pretending, you know. It would ban students from using a litter box, licking themselves, making animal noises, and pretending to be an animal. Is this a bill that you would support? Would you sign off on this bill? Would you vote yes? Or would you just allow furries to be furries? You know what I'm saying?
First of all, them kids don't need to be doing that.
Hey man. Like, hey man. I'm just saying, bro. Like, let a furry be a furry, bro. You know what I'm saying?
We're a grown ass man, woman.
Hey man, like, you know, like I remember watching like
usually they go into the forest somewhere in the campsite and do that stuff.
Maybe, but you know, maybe they're more seen, like, you know, I mean, you starting to see coyotes and shit in neighborhoods now, so you might see a furry at a school. You know what I'm saying? What's the difference?
I don't want to see his furry at my kid's school.
Well, yeah, if this bill goes into effect, furries might go extinct, man. So enjoy the furries if you're a furry now. You know, if you're a furry lover, man, you know, shout out to y'all, man. You know what I mean? Hopefully y'all figure this out. Next up, Steve Smith Sr. does not think Arizona wide receiver Territory McMillan is a number one wide receiver in the draft. His quote, yeah, he's a number one ranked wide receiver, but he's not the number one wide receiver. I think he's a jump ball guy, but I don't see his route tree being very elaborate. What are your thoughts with his comments about McMillan?
I actually watched the whole full clip of him because I wanted to see his assessment on some of the wide receivers. It was very elaborate. Go check it out when you get a chance. And I'm not mad at his assessment. I mean, he's got points. I mean, when what's the kid? He said Jacob McCown was there. You didn't hear about McMillan. He didn't make any noise, and then
Yeah.
wishing him. And those guys tend to scare you. Those 1 year wonders. Those guys who show out in their senior year. Not to say that guys can't improve, but those guys tend to scare you. The 1 year wonders. You know what I'm saying? So I get what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? I get what he's saying. But I did like his breakdown on all the receivers who he felt were first round picks, and guys who he felt was in the middle. He broke down, from Matthew Golden, Amika Buka, Luther Burden. He likes the kid from Utah State. He also talked about the kid from Stanford. Um, So yeah, it was very elaborate. Go if you're into that type of breakdown, go check out what Steve Smith said. But I do agree. I get what he's saying about McMillan.
No, I totally agree, man. It's good to see Steve Smith, not rearranging IUDs. It's really good, man, to hear from him. I just think, honestly, you gotta listen to Steve Smith, man. He's been one of the best receivers. I kind of even said it. I remember me and you've had conversations where McMillan had that 300-yard receiving game, and then he just went missing for the next like month. You know what I mean? So those are my concerns. I know my Raiders have been kind of linked to him, but I'll probably prefer Genty if we're gonna go with like an offensive, talented type of person.
Yeah.
Next up, Amazon has greenlit God of War for 2 seasons. Showrunner Ronald D. Moore says he's not a gamer and can't figure out how to play modern games with new controllers. I grew up on the arcade area. I could do that, but that was his quote about kind of like about God of War. But overall, man, what are your thoughts about Amazon greenlighting God of War, man? Are you excited for it?
I'm excited, but I'm scared
Why are you scared?
because them dudes that tend to don't know the source material, they tend to do their own shit and fuck the whole situation up. And it's like, what the hell is this?
And
Ain't God of War.
and these motherfuckers with these video games, they will let you know, bro. They will let you know if you fuck up the lore. They will let you know.
All I ask is just keep the foundation, baby. Don't deviate. Keep the foundation of the game. You don't have to go because I get it because these games are damn near movies themselves. So you don't want to go. You could create a new story. I'm always fine with creating a new story because it's just like an Assassin's Creed. They got so many stories of Assassin's Creed. I don't mind you making up a character and making a new story for Assassin's Creed because why would you copy what they've already done? You know what I'm saying? So I don't mind you making new stories for God of War as long as you keep the source material. The source material.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I'm very curious to see where they start the God of War series. Are they going to start out it with being like God of War 1, where we get this guy who, you know what I mean, who goes to the depths of hell because of all the carnage that he created, with him losing his family and him kind of, trying to get back, to that? Or do we get the God of Ragnarok story where he's trying to learn how to be a dad, you know what I mean, coming off of losing the love of his life, you know what I'm saying, hiding from, you know what I mean, all the gods and stuff like that. I'm very curious to see how or as you said, do they do a whole new storyline? You know what I mean? Do they give us the God of War before the God of War? You know what I mean? Do they give us like the build up to the God of War? Like, I'm very curious. You know what I mean? 2 seasons. Obviously, I'm very curious to see how many episodes they have per season. But we'll see. I'll give
And
it a
Amazon, shot. And I think Amazon is very underrated with their shows.
Yeah,
I think they got some good shows. I thought, of course, I always talk to you about Reacher. I think Reacher is one of the better shows.
They had the Lord of the Rings one.
The Lord of the Rings one. Of course, Invincible is really good. So they got some good shows out there, man. So hopefully this is one of the better ones.
Absolutely, we're all gonna root for it, man. So hopefully it does really well, so we can get more seasons. Maybe if it does so well, maybe we even eventually get a real movie out of it. You know,
Yeah,
so
for
we'll see.
sure.
Next up, seems like Frontier is coming for Southwest customers. You know, Southwest did announce that they're going to get rid of their free bags. You know what I mean? That's kind of been their motto. So Frontier is offering a one free check bag, free carry-on bags, and free seat selection on flights between May 28th and August 18th, man. Does this intrigue you? And are you going to take them up on that offer if you have any flights planned in the future?
Might have to.
Yeah. I've never flown on Frontier, so I don't know how it is.
It's pretty
It's
good.
cool.
It's not
It's
bad.
cool. Not bad.
Okay. Look, and I know y'all be hating Spirit. But Spirit is not that bad. Y'all be acting like it is.
I ain't gonna lie, Southwest might be worse than Spirit now. That
But Frontier is like if you want to say it's a step up from Spirit. That's what it is.
Yeah, it is. It is. I'm very curious. Should I read this next one? This is a Kanye tweet.
Go ahead. Go read it.
All right, man. So Kanye tweeted this. I think he tweeted this out yesterday or something. He deleted it pretty quick, but I'm gonna read it, man. I just want to get your thoughts. I know Kanye crazy. We all know Kanye crazy, but I just want to get your thoughts on this tweet. He said, "Wait, has anyone ever seen Jay-Z and Beyonce's younger kids? They're slow." I'll just say that. He didn't use that, but he said the other word. No, like literally. And this is why artificial insemination is such a blessing. Having slow children is a choice. What's up with your boy, man? What's up with your boy, Ye, bro? What is going on with Ye, bro?
I'm Jay-Z. I'm fine. I'm beating the hell out of Kanye. I don't care who sees it.
Yo, man.
I'm telling him to meet me somewhere, and I'm beating the hell out of him.
Yo, I like. Look, man. Ye, look. I told Chris like, Ye, he was my favorite rapper, but he might be the first person that makes me realize maybe I shouldn't. Maybe that whole conversation we had about listening to R. Kelly music or some other music, and some people don't want to do it, and how we can separate the music from the man. Maybe this Kanye's kind of making that argument go to the side of people being like, I don't want to listen to your music because you're a dog shit person. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm starting to lean towards that way because I think Kanye West is just turning into this ugly human being. His aura is just terrible. It looks like it stinks. But, I don't know, man.
I mean, he's sitting up there tweeting stuff. Now he's trying to get clout chase off of Kendrick and say stuff about Kendrick.
Yeah, Playboy Cardi now, man. And, it's just, it gets to a point, man, where it's just, this man just needs to just go away, bro. I'm over Kanye. Next up, Maurice Jones-Drew. He released his running back rankings. Want to get your thoughts. So number 1, he has Ashton Zenty. Number 2, he has Trevion Henderson. Number 3, he has Cam Scatterboo. Number 4, he has Quinshawn Junkins. Number 5, he has DJ Giddens. Number 6, he has RJ Harvey. Number 7, he has Omarion Hampton. Number 8, he has Trevor Etienne. Number 9, he has Basul Tootin from Virginia Tech. And then number 10, he has Woody Marks. Does this list surprise you, or do you agree?
I don't agree with it, but it doesn't surprise me because I think he sees Cam Scatterboo in himself. So I can see why he puts him at number 3 because Cam Scatterboo has a similar style than Maurice Jones-Drew. Mm-hmm. But I think Omarion Hampton is the second best running back in this class. He's just a game changer, dude. He's that good. Yeah. I know he played for North Carolina, and North Carolina ain't that good. So, but that should let you know how good the dude is. So, 100%. Yeah, I think Omarion Hampton is number 2. Number 3, I'm cool with Trevion. What's his name? Henderson.
Trevion Henderson. Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's number 3. I think he has some Gibbs in him. Mm-hmm. I think dude is a game changer in that way.
He's nasty.
But I think that he's a complete running back too. Like he's good in pass pro. He can catch out of the backfield. Like both of those Ohio State running backs are really, really good. The guy that's shooting up in my board, and I'm glad that they talked about him, is RJ Harvey. That kid is nice. He could do a lot of stuff that he's a game changer too. His pass pro is pretty decent too, and he can catch out of the backfield. So this is a deep running back class. DJ Giddens is another one. He's really good. Like this is a D. Woody Marks, who's on USC. He's a good pass catching
Mm-hmm.
running back. Like
Trevor Etienne, he's not bad.
yeah, yeah, he's really good. I just think that they like to throw the football on Georgia, so
Yeah.
what I'm saying, he didn't really get a lot of opportunities. Um, but no, man, this is a deep running back class. You can't go wrong with too many of these guys. Even Cam Scatterboo, I think he's going to be a pretty good running back. It'll be interesting to see how he's going to have to go to the right team. I think if he goes to San Francisco, he would do really well in San
Mhm.
Francisco, of course. Or like if he went to like Philly or something like that, like the run scheme, Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? Like if he went somewhere like that, I think he could be successful. Um, but this is a deep running back class, so I'm not mad at Maurice Jones-Drew's list, but I disagree with him having Marion Hampton so low.
Yeah, I agree with you. At the end of the day, to each his own. It's just a list, so I'm
Yeah,
not gonna really get too uproar about it. But I totally agree with you with your sentiments. Next up, man, Jonathan Majors, man, he's been in some news, man. What I mean, the leaked video of him, I guess, admitting to choking the white lady. You know, what I mean, the one he was running away from. And then there's also reports of him and Megan Good are finally married, man. So what are your thoughts about this whole Jonathan Major situation? You had what's my man's name? What's his name? What's his
Michael
name?
B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan, talking about maybe potentially having him in another Creed movie. There were also maybe some rumblings about maybe him potentially getting his get back with Marvel. But now with everything coming out, and then obviously now him officially being married to Megan Good, what are your thoughts about this whole Jonathan Major situation? Do you think he eventually does get these roles back, or do you think the marriage of Megan Good um, is also was a reason for him to get married so quick was because of the whole situation to help his kind of like whole image? What are your thoughts?
It's over, man. It's over. Dog. You almost was there at the finish line, Jonathan. They was letting you back into the room, dog.
Yeah,
And then this tape come out. You didn't choke
yeah,
the white woman. It's over, dog.
yeah. It's over,
It's
dog.
over, man.
Yeah, it's over, dog.
Yeah, but I'll see you on the next Tyler Perry movie,
Even
man.
though I think it's fucked up though that the moment all this, I'm like, why was this shit not released
I know.
back in the day? Like, you know what I mean? This wasn't part of the case. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Hey, man, Tyler Perry gonna make some good work out of you, dog.
Yeah, man. Tubi. I guess Tubi been having some decent movies lately. I don't know. So we'll see what happens.
He'll be on BET, man.
He'll be back though. Like we've seen a lot of actors who went through some real
Yeah,
shit. They ain't bounced back. It took him some years, but I think he'll bounce back, man. He's a great talent, man. He'll figure it
yeah,
out.
he's a very
He's
good
gonna do
actor.
some low budget movies for right now. So maybe hit a Broadway show or something. I don't know.
Mm.
Next up, man, Assassin's Creed Shadows, man, I think it's officially out now. The reviews have been out, man. It's been getting pretty decent reviews, ranging. Metacritic is averaging about an 83 out of
Mhm.
100, man. I don't know if you saw any reviews, any clips, or anything like that. What's your level of excitement for Assassin's Creed? Are you excited with these good reviews that are coming out? What are your thoughts?
I bought the game today,
Oh, you
so
bought it, huh?
yeah,
Okay. Did you
I'm
did you
about-
play it yet? Did you
I
are you
haven't
gonna
even
play it when
down.
we get off? Like what's up?
I haven't even downloaded yet, so I probably won't
Ah,
get to play it till tomorrow. But
gotcha.
uh, I'm excited, man. I'm an Assassin's Creed guy, so that's my game. So yeah,
So are you gonna play as the samurai or the ninja more? What did
I play with both, man. I
play with
play with
both?
both. You know what I'm saying? I'm equal opportunity over here, man. Just get the job done, man. Stab some people up, get some ninjas up out of here, man.
Okay. I am at me too. I'm gonna buy the game too. Shout out to MLB the show. I've been hearing some
That's next, baby. That is
been hearing some
next.
reviews, some good things, saying some bad things, you know what I mean? But from overall, I've been watching a couple gameplays of it. It looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Next up, man. Three NFL teams have submitted rule change proposals. The Packers, obviously earlier, they wanted to ban the
Tush
you know,
push.
tush push. The Lions, they want to remove automatic first down for defensive holding and illegal contact penalties. And the Eagles, they want to change the overtime rules of the regular season to the postseason, where both teams get the possession of the football. What are your thoughts with some of these rule changes? Do you think these should all get passed?
No.
None of them.
Not the tush push one.
What
You're
about?
mad. You're mad because they figured out a system.
Yeah, yeah,
You can't stop. That's pretty much what they're saying. We
yeah.
can't stop it, so we want the rule to change. No,
No, I agree
learn.
with you. Yeah.
Hey, defensive coordinator. That's what you get paid for. Figure it out. Figure it out, because there's only really one team that does it successful. It's not like it's a whole slew of teams that then just used it and it just took it over the whole league. No, it's
It's really
one.
like two. It's really
I,
two.
I don't
Bills and
even.
the Eagles, maybe. Bills and the
I don't
Eagles.
even think the Bills do it like.
They don't even do it right, low key.
No,
They don't
they
even do
do
it
a QB sneak. That's what
pretty
they
much.
do. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? What's the name? Tush push is different. And look, they found you, and it's not like they're doing it every play. It'd be different if they was just doing it all the way down the field. Then I'd be like, yeah, all right, we need we need to limit this thing, man. Maybe you do this on third and one, fourth and one. Okay, I get it. Goal line shit, cool. But they only do it on those type of plays. So
Yeah.
what are we doing? Like
Nah, I
that's
feel you.
like banning the wildcat.
I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. I totally agree with you. I totally disagree with that rule change. How do you think it
Now,
makes the Packers look with them being the team that?
but they're not the only one. I'm not even going to include because even the Bills and some of these other teams that were using the push was trying to get it banned too.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. They figured out a play that you can't stop. Now the other rules. What was the other one?
So the Lions here, I'll read the Lions. They wanted to remove automatic first downs for defensive holding and illegal contact penalties.
It depends on where you at. If it's second and five,
So I think they want to do it like where the spot of the foul is. Like if it was like 10 yards down, then fuck it, it's a first down. But it can't be like it's like third and 10, and then the holding comes like 4 yards from the
Oh
and
yeah, I
it's
agree with
automatic
that.
first down.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
They just advance it the yardage.
Mhm.
You want that? Okay. And then I think the last one was overtime rules. They want to change the overtime rules from the regular season having the postseason rules where everybody gets the
Chance.
opportunity,
Yeah.
chance to.
They got that other rule. You see the other rule they wanted?
Which one?
Where I forgot who submitted it. Where the wild card team, even though they want to stop wild card teams getting home
Uh,
games that are lower seed. So if you're 9-8, but you get in the wild card, or you win your division, but a 14-2 team, whatever, get 15-2 team has to go in the wild card because their division is just that good. They should have to go on the road.
I agree. I agree to that because it's hard enough to win in the NFL. If you
Mhm.
get like 14, 13 wins, you should have home field
Yeah.
advantage. That's like the Minnesota Vikings where they had to go on the road technically,
Mhm.
when it was supposed to be in LA, but they had to go to
Mhm.
Arizona, but they were technically the road team. Like, nah,
Mhm.
that should have been in Minnesota. They won what 13, 14 games last
Yeah.
year. That should
Mhm.
have easily been a home game. Like you worked so hard to win all these games just to for what? You know what I mean? Like, by the grace of God, you have two other great teams in your division that literally have better records than you by one game,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
kind of fucks your season up. So like who knows where the Vikings would have been if they would have had a home game? You know what I mean? It might have helped Sam Darnold instead of him being on the road. You know what I mean? So, you never know. Couple more. All right, man. Forever 21 looks like it's closing, man. They officially filed bankruptcy. I think they're set to close all their U.S. stores here in the next couple months, man. What are your thoughts, man? Did you used to shop at Forever 21? Kids, anything like that?
I mean, for my daughters, yeah. And I didn't do it. My ex-wife did.
Oh man, all right, all right.
But shout out to Forever 21. Prayers out to those who work for them. And it's unfortunate, that they're going out of business. But, Amazon is here.
Yeah, I used to get some dope shirts. I used to have some cool things at Forever 21. I used to get a couple things there. But yeah, man, shout out to Forever 21, man. All of our nostalgic stores are pretty much all gone, man. You know what I mean? They're all gone from the Blockbusters to the Circuit Cities, now to the Forever 21s, the Macy's, man. They're all closing. So the mall is slowly dying. Let's just say that. Next up, David Stephen Cohen, the head writer for Courage the Cowardly Dog, has sadly passed away at the age of 58.
Like
Um,
already?
yeah, man. What are your thoughts, man? What are your some of your fondest memories of the Cowardly
Now,
Dogs?
mind you, I was a grown man when Courage came out, but I used to watch it with my kids.
Hey, fuck it. I used to watch that shit. That shit was tired. That shit was fire.
Stupid dog, you
I
make me
still
look
watch it every now and then. Yeah. I
bad.
still watch that
Return the slab. I feel it's
shit.
right.
Right.
Ah, that was my show, man.
Nah, it was good. It was a good show, man.
Muriel.
Yeah, man. Prayers out to his family, his
Yeah,
friends, all the fans of Courage the Cowardly Dog, man. I do have a Courage the Cowardly Dog shirt. Man, it was one of my favorite cartoons I watched, man. I'll still watch it if it pops on, man. So
yeah, that's what's
prayers
up.
out to him. The Canelo Alvarez versus William Skull full Riyadh season undercard for May 3rd has been announced. You got Jamie Munguia versus Bruno Suris, part 2. We got Martin Bacoli versus Efe Ajagba.
Okay.
We have Badu Jack versus Ryan Rozicki.
Dang,
We have
Bobby Jack is
Marco.
still fighting.
Yeah, we have Marco Verde versus Michael Polina, and then we have Brian Leon versus Aaron Guerrero. So, what are your thoughts with this card, man?
I'm the African fight. Sign me up, baby.
Yeah, that fight's gonna be really good. Obviously, Jamie Munguia getting a rematch with the dude that knocked him
I
out.
mean,
Obviously, that
he was winning that fight, but
he was, but we got it's gonna be an interesting watch. You know what I mean? Because we know Munguia, he ain't got that chin, so any punch could knock him out. So should
why
be interesting.
you gonna mess your money up, man.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, I know. Couple more, just two more. Next up, the 2025 Dreamville Fest has officially been announced. I think this is going to be the last one. You got J. Cole, you got 21 Savage, you got Lil Wayne, Hot Boys, and the Big Timers reunion. We got Chief Keef, JID, Party Next Door, Young Nudie, Erica Badu, Tim's, Gorilla, and more. What are your thoughts on this lineup? And if you were able to go, would you hit this up?
If I had the money, I would go because I want to see. I would want to see the Hot Boys, of course, Lil Wayne and them. But I would also want to see J Cole. I see Absol is on the card too. Tim's, of course, I want to see Tim's. Erica Badu too. It's a good card. It's a
Yeah,
good card.
it's good. Two more. UMG has filed a motion to dismiss Drake's defamation lawsuit over Not Like Us, arguing that he willingly engaged in rap battle, widely considered a loss. Quote, instead of accepting the loss like the unbothered rap artist he often claims to be, he has sued his own record label in misguided attempt to salve his wounds. In spring of 2024, two of the most popular artists in the world engaged in a rap battle. Drake encouraged the feud, for example, when he felt that Lamar was taking too long to respond. Drake released a second record, Tailor Made, in which he goaded Lamar to continue the public rap battle. Lamar did just that. One of the most successful recording artists of all time lost a rap battle that he provoked and which he willingly participated. Obviously, there was more to this. I mean, they got really in depth with it. But overall, what are your thoughts with just this whole UMG following this motion and to dismiss this Drake? And do you think they will eventually dismiss this lawsuit?
They should because UMG is right.
Yeah.
You engaged, brother. You lost. It's over. It's not like us just came out. You just sitting back minding your own business.
Hmm.
You might have had a case. You know what I'm saying? You didn't engage, but you did engage. You was calling Mr. Lamar out. You kept saying, "Oh," and then you had DJ Academics counting the days down. Day 25. Kendrick Lamar hasn't said anything. Like you provoked this man, and then he gave you several warnings.
Yeah.
He gave you a warning, and euphoria. Dog, we keep this all rap, baby. Surface level battle rap. You know what I'm saying?
Sport. Just keep it sport, man.
Keep it sport, baby. Don't talk about my family. I won't talk about yours. What did you do? You went there. Talked about him beating on his girl and stuff.
Best
His
friend of
kid,
baby.
his son might not be his. Dave Freeze. And you messed up, sir. It is
Yeah,
what it is.
it is. It really is. Hopefully it does get thrown out. He contradicting, so it is what it is. Last up, Harvard University on Monday announced that tuition will be free for students from families with annual incomes of $200,000 or less starting in the 2025-26 academic year. What are your thoughts with this? Do you think this will be the new norm for colleges, um, for families who are making below no less than 200,000?
I mean, that's dope,
Mhm.
especially for Harvard to do something like that.
Yeah.
The thing about it is that, and these colleges are expensive, dog, and it's rough on these families, man, trying to put their kids through college. You know, even the smaller colleges are expensive, so they need to do something. You know what I'm saying, to help these families out, man, to put their kids through college. I don't think the kids should suffer because their parents, unfortunately, they don't make as much money as other people. You know what I'm saying, that can afford it. So even if it's just, even if you do a free semester, you know what I'm saying? Just say, hey, we'll give you a free semester, but after that, you got to get your money together and pay for these other semesters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would even be cool with that.
Yeah, nah, man. I think this could be a gift, and this could be a good thing and a bad thing. Obviously, I think this just sheds light on just how expensive school is, and that it should not be this expensive to get a college tuition in certain aspects. Obviously, if you're trying to be a doctor or a lawyer, maybe
Mhm.
because the end of the road, you're gonna make the necessary income to be able to afford to pay off this school.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, I mean, you're hearing all the rumors about the White House cutting funding to colleges and stuff like that. I think it's just going to make it tougher for people to get accepted. You know what I mean? They're just going to be
Mhm.
a little bit more strict on who they allow in their schools. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, like, yeah, it's a good thing that they're willing to give free tuition out for people who are making less than 200,000. But at the end of the day, is it going to be the people like us? Is it going to be the people of Asian descent, Mexican descent? You know what I mean? It's just going to make it, I think, make it a little bit tougher. Like, it seems like a good thing, but there could be some problems on the underlying part. But I hope not. You know what I mean? I think for an institution like Harvard, I think it's a great thing. We all know how hard it is to get into Harvard already. You know what I mean? I think
Mhm.
it's going to make it a little bit more difficult because I don't think they're just going to be handing out these like random. Like, they could be real strict on how much does your family make? You know what I mean? Do you have the income to be able to support this? You know what I mean? So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. But hopefully, if it's on the up and up, this sounds like a great thing. So if that's the case, props to Harvard, man. Hopefully, this establishes something that could be a unity through all universities.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's it, man. For random news, man.
For sure. All right, man. Well, let's end this off with the NFL offseason outlook. We're gonna do the whole NFC East because we weren't, we had to break it up a little bit. So
Yeah.
we're just gonna go ahead and go through the whole NFC East. So to see. All right, man. Let's start with the New York Football Giants. Their biggest signing has to be safety Javon Holland. He was a highly touted free safety from Miami. They signed him. Have his deal. Oh, they signed him to a 3-year deal. He's going to be pretty good, especially after Xavier McKinney left. So he's going to be a much needed free safety in that backfield to help out. They signed a few offensive line. I know they brought back Darius Slayton to a 3-year deal. Um, Look, man, this is all about, the thing about the Giants is, what are they going to do? Are you going to roll with Aaron Rodgers and sit here and let him, hold you hostage? Or are you going to move forward? You got the third pick. If, what I'm saying, I don't think Dion's going to let Shador go to the Browns. So the ball is in your court. Do you take Shador Sanders? If you're smart, you'll roll with Shador Sanders over Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Aaron Rodgers, you just saw how it worked out on the other side of New York. Why would you bring him over there? I don't care what it is. Why would you bring, and look, he's pulling the same stuff he was pulling with the Jets. I'm kicking my feet up. I'm going to take my time. The Vikings already told him, man, yeah, we rolling with JJ McCarthy. We ain't playing your game, player. Giants, you need to do the same thing. if you're smart. Let the Steelers have them. Whatever. Let them play cat and mouse with Aaron Rodgers. Go get Shador Sanders, man.
Nah, man, I totally agree. Obviously, it hurts me to say that because I know how much I really wanted Shador. I still want Shador even with Geno. I think he's gonna be a great quarterback. But look, man, at the end of the day, man, the only thing that's why I think they would strongly consider the Aaron Rodgers thing because Brian Dable and the GM they're about to lose their jobs, so they need anything possible to potentially keep their jobs, which is a playoff run.
Aaron Rodgers gonna let them keep it.
Hey, man, at the end of the day, man, that's probably their best hope. Now, do I agree with you? Should they do a bridge style situation where they get like a Russell Wilson, maybe a Jameis Winston, maybe a Joe Flacco, then you draft Shador Sanders, get him ready for whenever he's going to take over? Maybe that's the situation you do. There's a lot of young talent on this team. Dexter Lawrence, you got Malik Neighbors. I love the running back that they had from last year. He played.
Tyrone Tracy, yeah.
Yeah, he had an amazing year. So they do have pieces. Obviously, a couple of the signings that they did. Obviously, you need to beef up that O line. But overall, man, they have some young talent. Now, are they going to be competing for that division next year? No, they're not. But it'll be a lot more exciting year, especially if they were able to get Shador Sanders. Now, if they're able to get Aaron Rodgers, cool. You know what I mean? I don't know what that does for them, but maybe give them a little hope. But at the end of the day, I don't think they have the roster to compete with the Commanders or the Philadelphia Eagles at this current time. But, we got to see. But if it's an Aaron Rodgers, we all know what that's about. It's about Dayball trying to save his job.
Yeah, for sure. Let's go with the Washington Commanders. We all know the big signing they did, or the big trade they did, was for Deebo Samuels. They brought back Bobby Wagner. They brought back Zach Ertz, and they signed Javon Kinlaw, defensive tackle. They also signed Noah Brown, wide receiver. They signed corner Jonathan Jones, who was with the Patriots. So they're trying to beef up their defense and that offense. You see them they see what they have in Jaden Daniels. So they're trying to bolster up this roster. I think they still want to go through the draft, still get young pieces on there, cost-effective pieces. I'm sure they'll add another wide receiver in the draft. They'll probably try to add one of these defensive linemen that can rush the passer on this D line to help Dewan Payne. I think they let go of Jonathan Allen, so they're gonna need another pass rusher for sure. So it's just, building on last year. They made it to the NFC Championship game. The growth of Jaden Daniels. Can he duplicate what he did in his rookie season? Because now they're going to be gunning for him. They're going to be game planning for him. So it's going to be interesting. Hopefully he doesn't hit that sophomore slump that CJ Stroud hit. So it's going to be an interesting season for Washington because they're going to be a heavy pick for a lot of people to win this division.
Yeah, 100%. The addition of Laramie Tunsil to help that O line,
yeah,
I think that was a really good move. Again, you got Brian Robinson. I love Brian Robinson. I love what they did as far as like wide receiving core. They were able to get Deebo. I think they restructured his deal or something like that, or added or something like that. So, and then you add him with Terry McLaurin. I'm very curious to see how Cliff Kingsbury has his offense and what he does with Deebo. Like what kind of packages he has for him. I think Jaden Daniels will be fine. Obviously, the main thing with this team is with this defensive side of the ball. You're going to get a healthy Marcus Lattimore. Hopefully, he can stay healthy. Having a whole training camp with him. Obviously, he didn't look too good at the end of the year, but I think he was still trying to get readjusted to everything that was going on. But overall, man, I think this team is going to be a very, very exciting team. You can tell they're kind of going in an all-in route right now, especially with Jaden Daniels being on that rookie contract, and we seeing he's heading into one of those big-time deals where by the time he gets his deal, it might be close to $400 million. You know what I mean? So at that point, we all know what that will look like with Jaden Daniels. So I think it's going to be an exciting year. If you're a Commanders fan, you have nothing but to be excited, and you should want this year to come real quick because they're going to be a very exciting team, man. They're going to be a must watch. I'm very curious to see how many primetime games this team is going to get. I think they're going to get a lot. Won't be surprised if they be one of the teams that gets either a Sunday night or maybe a Monday night game. I think that would be a very high possibility with this team. So should be interesting, man. I know my dad's a Commanders fan, so I know he's happy.
Yeah, for sure. He should be. Let's go to the Dallas Cowboys. They re-signed defensive tackle Osi Odigizua to a 4-year, $80 million deal. They signed Solomon Thomas. They brought back Cavante Turpin. Uh, they signed running back Javante Williams that was with the Broncos. They signed Miles Sanders. Brought in Paris Campbell. Dante Fowler got signed too. Um, the thing about the Cowboys, man, is and they made that stupid trade with Buffalo Bills for Kyer Elam. I don't know what they were doing with that one, but whatever. Um, they're gonna have to hit in the draft. Bottom line, they're gonna have to hit in the draft. They're gonna have to get some playmakers on that offensive side outside of CeeDee Lamb. They're gonna have to get a running back. I wouldn't be mad at them drafting Omarion Hampton. He would
No, yeah.
change the running back room. And then Javante Williams, if you can get anything, he hasn't been the same since his rookie season. Ever since he tore his ACL, he has not been the same. So hopefully he can get back to that some way or get a little bit of that back and be a third down back. But you draft Omarion Hampton if he's sitting there. And then in the second and third round, you get your a wide receiver. If you don't bring in Stephon Diggs or you don't bring in a Keenan Allen or somebody like that who can get open on their own outside of CeeDee Lamb, because that's what y'all need. Y'all need playmakers on that offense, man. A lot of times your offense looks stagnant, especially last year, with or without Dak. It just looks stagnant. So they need a more balanced attack, and you need to help Dak out. Dak is better when he has a running game. So you need to get you a good running back, and you need another number two. You need a number 2 wide receiver. That's what you need.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I know the addition of Miles Sanders.
My bad. And you got to figure out what you're going to do with Michael Parsons, too.
Yeah, you got Michael Parsons out there, from I think I saw a report where they haven't even had discussions yet with Michael Parsons. So I don't know what's going on with that. I think that might be a situation where maybe when it comes closer to the draft, maybe you start hearing trade rumblings with Michael Parsons. That could be a strong possibility. Obviously, they had the addition of Miles Sanders to try to help with the running back. I like Miles Sanders. Obviously, he just has problems of staying healthy, but I do agree with you. They do need to add a running game. I think Dak Prescott just plays better off of play action when he has running game. We saw that with Ezekiel Elliott and all that. So it just makes the team a lot better. It definitely helps CeeDee Lamb as well too. But at the end of the day, with this team, they're gonna have to hit on the draft. I agree with you. But they have been doing pretty good at that. I think the main thing with them is they don't swing for the fences when it comes to free agencies and coaches. I think that's been the main problem. And then you got Jerry Jones that just kind of lurks around. Obviously you got the whole beef with what's his name? Marcus Lawrence and Michael Parsons, over the situation of them not being able to win the Super Bowl. Look, he spoke cold, hard, true facts, man. And then I get it. I'm not mad at Michael Parsons trying to defend his team, but this is the same team that's not willing to give you the money that you feel like you well deserved. You have other players who are getting paid considerably more than you. And at this particular time, who knows when you're going to get paid? And if they might even trade you. Now, do I think Jerry Jones will do that? I don't know. But Cowboys got they're going to have a lot of issues, man, going forward here, man. And it's not going to be they're definitely going to be the worst team in this division, especially if the Giants can figure out a way to, step up.
Yeah, for sure. Now, last but not least, let's go to the Super Bowl champions, Philadelphia Eagles. They signed cornerback Adoree Jackson. They got Joshua Uche, linebacker. He was with my Chiefs last year. A.J. Dillon, running back. For backup purposes, they let go of Milton Williams. They let go of Josh Sweat. They let go of they traded C.J. Gardner-Johnson to the Texans. So they're back. They're gonna get Nolan. They're gonna get Nakobe Dean back from injury. You still got Jalen Carter. You still got Nolan Smith. I know that there was rumors of Dallas Goedert and Bryce Huff on the trading block. We'll see how that goes. But the Eagles are gonna figure it out, man. I have total trust in them. They're one of the better teams when it comes to the draft. They're gonna draft some defensive linemen to replace Josh Sweat or Milton Williams and be in that rotation with Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis and all those boys, and they'll be fine. They re-signed Zach Bond too, so they got their middle linebacker, for the foreseeable future. Their cornerback situation is still good. You got Quinn Mitchell, you got Cooper DeJean. They let go of Darius Slay. That's why they brought Adoree Jackson in to kind of probably be that third corner. And I'm pretty sure they'll draft somebody too. So I'm not worried about the Eagles. I think they'll be fine.
Nah, me neither. I'm not really worried about them. All the players that they really let go were just older players that could get substituted by the players that they got. They have upgrades all over that team, especially the youth side. So they can still play around in the draft to figure out what they did. They did give Saquon Barkley a new contract, which good for them. I mean, they showed love to Saquon. He really deserves that. Obviously. No, you got AJ Brown there. You still got Devontae Smith. They could add a slew of other. They could add. They could just in this draft. I think their main thing is just adding depth because that was one of their. Because at that point, that was the main reasons why they won the Super Bowl. There's just the amount of depth that this team had. They were always fresh every quarter. Like they just did not slow down. You know what I mean? It just wore the Chiefs out. So at this particular time, I think that's just all they can do. And Howard Roseman, he's really good at that. So they're good at scouting. Don't be surprised if they get one of these top edge rushers or whatever. Don't be surprised if they get one of these top cornerbacks or maybe another receiver. Maybe they look at a tight end position because there was rumors about Dallas Goddard getting traded or anything like that. So they could do whatever, man. They could be in the running for TJ Warren to maybe get in the run for Shamar Stewart or something like that, depending on how the draft goes. So just rich getting richer. That's all it is with this team. Rich getting richer.
Whatever. Shut up. Hope they lose all their games next year. That was play.
That's not happening. That's not happening. We all know that.
All right, man. Another show in the books. Got anything else?
Man, the only thing I want to say is, man, I just want everybody who's watching or who does watch this, I just want everybody to send a prayer to my friend. She's not doing really good. So if you can, please put all your prayers to my friend, man. I really want to really hope that there is a miracle out there for her. It's just not looking too good. But so if everybody out there can just send a prayer to her, please do. And hopefully a miracle happens. So that's all I got to say.
Yeah, for sure. Prayers up for sure. All right, man. Let's go ahead and land this thing, man. Let's give a shout out to Magnet Sports Drink.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Magnet, man. Let me see if I can find this thing real quick. It was not Rete. Let me see. Yep, Magnet, the ultimate sports drink. Are you ready to take your performance to the next level? Do you want a sports drink that eliminates the muscle cramps and fatigue when working out or training? Meet Magnet, the sports drink designed for athletes who refuse to settle for mediocrity. It's power-packed electrolytes and rehydrates and restores balance with their scientifically formulated blend with magnesium that fights fatigue and boosts endurance. It has natural ingredients made with real fruit extracts and no artificial colors or flavors because your body deserves the best. It has delicious flavors like mixed fruit and watermelon that keep you revitalized and ready for action. It will boost your performance with essential vitamins and minerals. Magnet fuels your workouts, helping you crush your goals. Join the Magnet movement, whether you're training, competing, or simply staying active. Magnet is your go-to refreshment for peak performance. You can order it now on our direct link at drinkmagnet.com. Also, use promo code Cris and Mal to get $5 off your purchase. Again, that promo code is Cris and Mal. Type it in, save some money, and buy you some drink that gives you energy throughout your work week, man. So shout out to Magnet.
Yeah, for sure. Also, go to any of our social media links. You'll see the Printify link to get our shirts, Cris Style Mal t-shirts. Tap in on the back with the QR code. We got the black ones, we got the white ones. We also got the golden night color ones, and we got the dad hats too. So go ahead and check us out. $25 for all merchandise, $29 with the shipping. But yeah, go get your shirt, get your hat.
Yeah, please.
Also, if you want to donate to the Cris Style Mal Podcast, you can donate to our Cash App, Cris Style Mal Podcast. Whatever you want to donate, we will greatly appreciate. And whatever streaming platform you use, whether you use Spotify, Apple, Google, Amazon, iHeartRadio, whatever you do to listen to your podcast on, Cris Style Mal is available. Also, if you're a first time watcher on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit the notification button. So when we go live on Mondays at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you could jump into lives with us. You could talk about these topics because we want to hear from you. We want to get your opinion, just like Mark was giving his opinion. Stan came in a little bit earlier, gave his opinion. You agree with us, you disagree with us. We want to hear from you. Also, if you're listening on the playback, leave a comment in the comment section. Uh, don't forget to hit that like button too. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Whatever social media platform you use, whether you use X, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Twitch, Facebook, whatever you use to do your social media on, follow us. We'll follow you back. You can follow us at Cris Style Mal. If you have feedback, critiques, if you have a question or topic that you want us to bring up on the show, and we like said topic or question, we will bring it up on the show. We'll shout you out on the show because we want to show love to those who show love to us. So go ahead and hit us up via DM, email, or our mentions, and we will get back to you as soon as we see said topic or question, or even the feedback or critique. We will get back to you on that too. So, yeah, man, follow us and hit us up. All right, good people. Hope you guys have a good rest of your evening or rest of your night. Get you some good rest because tomorrow starts March Madness. So yeah, man. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night. And until Monday, we out.